Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board. Yes.
I like the energy, man.
Sheesh. Hey, we getting close and close to the opening day. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
It's baseball season. MLB opening day got to be better than March
Set your lineup,
basketball,
KB.
right?
Set your lineup.
My lineup been set, baby. I'm
cool.
ready.
It's set. It's locked.
It's locked
No
in.
questions.
No, not a single one. I tried to trade for Mookie Betts yesterday. Dude wasn't budging. Even though he hit the group chat saying Mookie Betts is available. So get well soon, Mookie, man. I hate that type of stuff.
No, definitely get well soon. Mookie. Get well soon.
JuJu.
Yeah.
MF and Watkins, man.
It's
Get
a tough
well
That
soon.
was so sad to see, man.
So sad to see. So sad to see. Get well soon, JuJu. There's not that much else we can say, but get well. Yes.
Hoping that we didn't get that text that said ACL.
Yeah.
But ACL, you know. She'll recover.
Yep.
Oh.
She'll be dope as fuck after as
She's
well.
going to come back better.
Yeah.
Be back better.
Yeah. Leave a like on the episode. Subscribe to the channel. We have been dropping episodes on the network. We teed up with Pierre and Andreessen, Small Ball, Kenny Beecham. The Enjoy Basketball channel has been dropping weekly. We did some trivia stuff. We did some 2-on-2 teams. We did some name games. We always dropping content, baby. So if you want more of us, that's the
There's
place.
no Shane
to be.
Larkin was somebody that we had to think about.
Yeah.
That's how deep it was.
What college you went to?
No idea.
Same college as Michael Irvin.
Fuck.
Same college as Ray Lewis. Ed Reed. Willis McGahee. Clinton Portis.
Oh, Michigan?
No.
Michigan
Jeremy
State?
Shockey.
You're thinking about Trey Burke, another light-skinned guard
Oh,
that played college basketball.
Andre Johnson. Ken Dorsey.
I have no idea. Oh, the U?
What's the U?
University of Florida.
Let's leave it at that so they can be on your ass.
Yeah, they gonna get you, boy. They gonna get you.
He
It
gonna be
ain't
thinking about
Florida.
that all episode.
It ain't Florida,
Definitely
brother.
ain't Florida. How y'all feeling though?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm really, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm struggling, man. I'm
But what?
struggling. College basketball got me in a grip that, like, the NBA, I'm trying my darndest.
You know it's bad because it's like that for me where I've been more locked into college than into the
Yes,
NBA.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
March
I'm
NBA
trying.
basketball. I tried to hype it up in a video recently. Couldn't even get there.
You haven't gotten there, KB?
I couldn't
Hype it up.
get people excited for March basketball.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay,
And
okay.
I feel what y'all are feeling. Like yesterday, we had a full slate. Of course, I watched my Bulls. I watched the end of that Lakers game, and then I watched total. I think I watched 8 quarters of basketball. That's not a lot for me on like a Monday.
I was
night.
just glad the Suns game ended really good.
That was one of the quarters I watched. Yeah.
Yes.
One of the
That
quarters
is
I
very
watched.
true.
The Bucks
That
are
is very true.
crazy, man.
As long as we can get one of those every night, I think I'll be good.
I
We had
think
the Thunder and the Clippers the other night.
Yeah,
Before
none
that.
of the Clippers game was really
I think
good.
D-Mills said either yesterday, just like, it's really just looking for marquee matchups at this point. Some games really,
That's been the thing
It's-
about the NBA all year, though. The marquee matchups don't always live up to the hype.
Yeah.
You'll come into a matchup where it's like, I don't know, the Celtics and the Cavs. And a couple of those games did live up to the hype. I'm just using an example. And it might flop. A team may run away or
Yeah,
somebody
we
may
saw
sit out.
OKC do that to the Cavs that second time where we was like, okay, bet they ain't got no bigs, and then all of a sudden OKC just
Yes,
just-
but
they put the game
yeah.
away at halftime,
Uh-huh.
and it was just like done with.
And then you'll get like a Pistons versus Kings game that overtime, DeMar DeRozan, can he win the game? And it's like, that's the one. So the marquee matchups, I don't know, they hit or miss. I'm not here to say that they never live up because we definitely have had some great, amazing games on, the big stages. Ain't nothing like a really good ABC Sunday or something.
This is how you know that it's not even just us, it's an NBA thing. The Rockets, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Grizzlies, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Kings are all on losing streaks right now. Now, granted, some of those streaks are won,
Yeah.
but a lot of these teams aren't playing people like Jokic is out. LeBron just came back. Ja Morant is going to be out again tonight. Steph Curry is out.
Dame missed the last
Dollar
three.
was out.
Brunson's still out.
It's a lot of stuff going on in this March basketball, and I've never been a guy that's lowered the amount of games, and I'm still not there. But if there's any conversation that makes you feel like they should lower the amount of games, it's March basketball.
So then they would essentially, would they start the playoffs then?
Oh, I don't have the answers to anything.
We're
then,
not shorting the season. You ain't got to worry about the brain.
No, I was just saying because then they would interfere with March Madness if they shorten the season. Then the playoffs.
They definitely don't want to compete with March
No,
Madness.
I don't think it's about shortening the length of the season. It's getting rid of like random games, like the 4 games and 5 nights type of thing.
Oh, okay.
So the playoffs would in
But
theory
then you're
start
going to
the same.
have somebody like Dayton on say that's when I'm experimenting.
For sure. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think it'll ever happen. But like sometimes I do look at it and be like, damn, yeah, marquee matchup, Zion Williamson, K. Cut. Zion out again. God damn it. I don't care to watch this game anymore.
Well, you knew he was going to be out.
He played the first one.
That's your fault.
No, it was 3 games since the last 3 days since the last game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, well, 2 days. 2 days between. And I'm like, he got a hoop, right? He didn't. And then Ron Holland did.
It's that time of the year where you can't expect them to play
Because they're not playing for anything.
Yeah, they suck. They want to lose as much as possible.
Can I ask y'all two a question? Well, I guess.
On the contrary, the Eastern Conference, everybody's on a win streak, by the way, except for the Bucks. Everybody.
And that's because they just lost.
They just lost last night.
And I'll put half of you in there. Because
Okay.
it's relegated to the Bulls and the Lakers. Why are you laughing?
You accept the fake that you're half of a Bulls fan?
I just let them just rock.
No. Okay, so time out. I should count you as a fan as much as I count KB?
Nah, but
So
I will say
it's
I'm a
half of
fan.
you. I know you're a fan,
Yeah.
but you're not like an
I'm not buying an antenna to watch the games.
antenna costs $10.
Yeah. You're not a Bulls fan.
I just haven't really.
We
thought about
asked
it.
you, who did we ask was on the team? We named.
They are the, like, no bullshit, like one of the 3 most excited teams of basketball. You don't want to go $10 to Best Buy and go watch them play basketball?
It's just remembering
and you know
to
what's
go
also
get an
crazy?
antenna.
No. Here's the thing.
Or go to fucking Stream East. Let's be real.
Yeah,
If you want to watch the games, you can watch the games without spending that $10.
I don't want to see those damn.
I was
ads.
going to that one site.
Bro, you he just making it. He
What
just
did I
making
say?
up excuses.
I don't want to see ads.
No,
If
it
you
was
don't
free.
download
No.
extension, come on.
I was
man.
watching.
He go on
I was-
YouTube, Twitter.
Yes, there's 2.
Everything he go on got ads, but that
No,
just
no,
watching
no.
the basketball
And
just.
He's a guy that was notoriously told to DM the ass and titties to himself because he was resharing it on this timeline. So now all of
I
a sudden,
still don't
for you to-
remember ever doing that, but I'll take the L and say I did it.
No, time out. You
did.
don't have to remember when we're here to re-enlighten you.
I know.
We sat in a meeting in New York with PR people.
Yeah.
We're
You was
giving us
also
the
one of
whole-
them people too.
Whole rundown. No, I was not. He never told me to DM something to myself. Now we just lying. We have these 2 right here.
So you were interacting with Tyler Hero girlfriend pictures.
No.
Okay.
But even then, it's different than literal porn
And time
on
out.
the
Now
time.
time out. Because this
I was
time out. No, hold on. Time out. Because this, see what he just tried to do? First of all, when I was liking that woman's picture, she wasn't Tyler Hero's girlfriend.
I know. I don't know her name.
Go find it out. If it's that
I just know it's something Henry.
if it's that important to
Some
you.
Mark.
And then secondly,
D-Mill's playing Luka defense right now. Fight
Oh.
back.
no, he did this himself. Secondly,
Fight back.
like KB just said, you're talking about liking an Instagram picture
Did you see
as
his
a
face?
single male of an Instagram model versus retweeting actual porn
I just don't remember
on the
ever doing it.
timeline.
I don't
And I believe you may have been in a relationship at the time.
remember. No. I don't remember ever doing this.
It happened enough where the PR people told you not to do
They
it.
are my witnesses. I'm not making this up. And for you to
think
sit
she,
there
you
and
think
say,
she just said that because you didn't do it?
No.
and then for you to sit up there and say you was doing this, you weren't doing the same thing to try to take
Hey, you
that
know what's
heat
so
off you
crazy?
is crazy.
This is like conversation has came up so many times. That's the first time he's ever said,
Yes.
you were doing it too.
Yes.
That was the first.
That's also one of the first times he's talking about, I just don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Do you remember them saying that though?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she
Okay.
didn't specifically say me. She was talking to us as a group.
If she looked at you dead in your eyes, she was talking to you.
I
brother.
don't remember.
She didn't direct it to somebody. Doug did.
Oh, shout out to Big
She
Dougie.
was just saying in general all these different things that Doug said, you know, like Darrick, some of those
Oh.
things. Yes, I remember this vividly, baby. I could tell you which room we was in that building. We went up them
remember
stairs.
that. That was
Yes.
with that whiteboard.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
remember that.
Oh,
Had
with
that
the
big
white
whiteboard?
Yes,
Yeah.
come on. Come on.
talking
Very
about
nice
yo,
room.
He remember all that shit. He remember how far the distance of Stickies was and mileage, how many minutes it took to walk there, but he ain't remember that. We talking about a guy that said, hey, I'm gonna move for some Stickies. Y'all know it's 2.6 miles right up the street if we go left. But anyway, like I was saying,
Just get an ad blocker. Download the
you
extension.
can get an ad blocker, you can get the antenna, you can go to a different website that don't, the sites that I use when I watch the games, I be seeing people say that. I don't have
just DM
pornographic
LeBron,
stuff
bro.
on my screen.
LeBron knew exactly which
ad.
sites are the good sites.
You got little kids running around the house. I would never have a site where somebody just twerking while I'm watching the game. Like, there's 1,000 sites you can use. I'm not going to that site if that's what it has. Anyway, to your Bulls fandom, you're not the fan that KB is, which is fine because I don't have the Knicks tattooed on me at all. Don't think I ever would do that. But
When Josh Giddey win MVP, I'll get another one on my forehead.
But you don't got the antenna. We named guys that was on the team. I remember a few months ago.
Yeah.
You was like, who the hell is Julian Phillips? Who is that guy? And so that's why I said half.
Okay.
And you still rock with Portland. You like the Bucks, wherever Dame go. Think you, at some point, was bringing back your Spurs fandom?
Nah.
I thought.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought the fans said that. I ain't trying to make it up. If you deny it, you deny it.
I think it just changed from like every couple of months or so, year to year.
Before we got rerouted off all of that, the point that I was making was, what were y'all reactions, because y'all on two sides of it, of the reaction that Twitter was trying to have when the Bulls was celebrating?
Oh, yeah, I seen that, bro.
Because you were a Laker fan who
Yeah.
that fan base was in the comments acting like they was wrong, and then you're a Bulls fan. And so I was just curious as I seen it.
Honestly, there's the
YouTube.
things that kind of piss me off as like a Laker fan because I see stuff like that. And it's just, a lot of the stuff that people post on social media is the reason why Lakers fans already get like a crazy rap for what they do. Like, it's some type of entitlement, some type of, I don't know what it is. But it's so, like, I watched that video and I'm like, if that was on the Lakers side and Dalton Connect dropped 30-something or whatever and they dropped that video, they wouldn't have nobody probably would have said anything underneath that video. But since it's the Bulls or whatever, it's just like, nah, we got to attack them. They can't celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It kind of just pisses me off. And again, it's just social media, but it's really stupid, honestly.
Every fan base got bad apples and stupid people, and it's like always a percentage. Let's say 1 to 2% of every fan base. But because the Lakers fan base is the biggest basketball fan base in the world, that 2% is a lot of dudes. I think that people just forget what basketball is at times. The 11th overall pick rookie had a 30-point game.
Who wasn't playing early in the year.
Of course they're going to celebrate that. But people, because they're either A, didn't watch the game or just didn't care enough to think about what was going on, thought it was because they won the game.
Yes, that's
Winning
exactly.
the game wasn't the thing they were celebrating about, kids. It was because the rookie, one of the youngest dudes in the league, dropped 30 on one of his favorite players of all time. He had Luka do all of this circus shit on the baseline. Like, that's something to be celebrated for a now just 20-year-old kid. So
The vibes was also high. Like, he had this 31-point game. We almost got a quadruple double, 36 points from Kobe White. Like, the Bulls are a team that has had a tough season. They had to trade their main guy. You had people playing, people wasn't playing, injuries. Lonzo got a new knee. The Bulls are just happy to kind of just be in a groove. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Bulls had a stat early in the year where they hadn't won like 3 games in a row in a very long time. Like, yeah, like, at the end of the day, and that's why I appreciate Cam Johnson, you know, doing the podcast stuff a little bit more because he gives so much insight. When he was speaking on the net, it's like, yo, at the end of the day, we understand a lot of fans watch it from a certain perspective, and they've been kind of, you know, how do you say it? They've been kind of taught, I guess, to kind of look at everything from like this 2K perspective where you're trying to build the team.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a human element inside of the locker room where at the end of the day, this is your job, this is your livelihood, and this is your love. So when you go out there, we don't view ourselves as a tanking team. The media and the fans are saying that, but we as players are still trying to compete no matter what the front office vision is for, because shit, I still got to play in this league for the next 6 years, whether I'm going to be on this tanking team or not. I got to hoop, and this is also what I love to do. This is my job. This is my craft. This is what I put all these hours in every single, you know, year and summer, and I'm not going to waste it no matter what the vision of the GM is. And again, like, that's a big moment for Josh Giddey. This is a guy who got traded, and we was all up here like, man, they ain't even get blah, blah, blah. All you got was Josh Giddey, and now I'm seeing people on the timeline saying, man, when you look back on it, the Bulls kind of fleeced the Thunder. We all know the Thunder got what they needed in return.
Caruso still was like an all-defensive caliber.
He just made a play the other night.
It was really like
helped
both
them win the
teams
game.
got exactly what they wanted.
Right.
Yeah. But it's just showing that it kind of evened itself out when it felt super lopsided.
Just
at
in
first.
real time, the Bulls had the leverage to get more. I
Yeah.
think that was my biggest complaint about
And
it.
then I forget who, somebody had brought it up, but it was like OKC mad that like Josh Giddey doing this now. He's
No,
like,
they aren't.
Josh
Not even a
Giddey
little
wouldn't have
bit.
been doing this on
No,
OKC.
yeah, both-
Not at all.
They got exactly what they needed, which was a high intelligent defender who knows where to be on the offensive side, and he's a hustle guy. I seen Alex Caruso. What game? That might have been a Clippers game. He's just getting offense. They wasn't guarding him, so he got offensive rebounds, dribble one out, shot a three.
Oh, yeah, it was
I'm
that
like,
game,
yeah,
yeah.
like he,
It was one of those things. Sam Presti doesn't let players go to restricted free agency. It's like, I'm not going to allow you to go get some money from somewhere else. We're just going to move you there. And then he just didn't fit. He just didn't fit with what OKC was
financially
doing.
either.
Yeah, so it made sense to get rid of him. I made a video about it after the Lakers win against a Bulls win against Lakers. You owe me $100, by the way. We can run it back because they play against each other Thursday.
Bet.
Damn, that fast?
Yeah.
You know how they do the schedule?
And
You know, he don't want to give up that $100. That's a bill.
the way I explained it, and we kind of mentioned this on this show before, is that like there are basically two pots you could be a fan, and the short of it is pot A is like a bird's eye view, thinking about the long-term future. Basically, we want to tank because we want the higher picks because the higher picks give you a higher upside to draft a star. And then pot B is like the way our dads watch. It's like, did they win last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going into pot B with this team for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Now, I don't think it'll stay that way because it's hard for me not to think about the long-term future. But, like, the team has been so fun. Even last night in Denver, no Jokic, but in Denver, Kobe White again almost had 40. We have Josh Giddey have another ridiculous game. Dalen Terry, our boy DT, hit 4 threes, played great hustle defense. It's like this team has a different feel. It's still a 500-ish team, right, when you talk about post-trade deadline. But 2 years ago, when we were the same 500 team, our average age was 28 years old. Now our average age is 25, and that's because Vucevic is bringing the shit up. Like, our rotation is a really, really young team. So being this fun while being this young is cool. But also, going back to that pot A, is like, it's not the same as when the Orlando Magic were a young, fun team because they have the upside of Paolo Banchero potentially being top 10 one day. Or the Pistons having Kay Cunningham, who could be all NBA.
But we don't know. Modest Buzelis could hit a Franz Wagner type stride with the way that he's playing. Because
And I said that the ceiling on Josh Giddey, like when we talk about the ceiling, we don't know if he actually actualized that potential. Is like, he could be an all-star in this league.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to put up stats. Kobe White, same thing.
absolutely.
And then Modest, because we only have a 60-game sample size, you could say his ceiling is the greatest player of all time because that's what he said he want to be.
The fact that he has that mentality that I want to be the best player of all time, and he went up to Billy Donovan and told him, like, I want more opportunity, and Billy gave it to him. And now,
I kind of hate it, though.
why?
Because part of it is like he wants Billy to bench him when he's not playing well. I kind of just want the kid to rock out
Yeah.
and learn from those mistakes on the back end. Now, obviously, it's working, right? He got benched one game, then he had 30 the next day. Last night, he only played 14 minutes because Dalen Terry was playing so well. I kind of like the idea of just letting the young kid rock, but obviously, it's working.
Yeah.
It's working. It's just we just don't get enough of him playing.
No, yeah. I think the kid is gonna be great. Surrounded by good people. Met his parents a few times. He's just a kid, really. So
Is this a normal Billy Donovan thing with rookies? I haven't really
Yes.
noticed a trend.
Yeah,
Like,
but
is he,
we never really had good rookies while he was in Chicago, at least. But
Billy
it
Donovan
does
is
make
old
sense.
school.
I mean, you remember he left OKC because they was about to hit a tank
Yeah.
in a rebuild. He don't want to do one of that. He just liked to win, and then he went to a place.
I can't.
Like,
I can't.
little did he know.
Little did
I
he know
can't be-
for real.
but I thought that was also like one of his like calling cards of like player development from him being in college and developing talent. And like then he produced a lot of NBA players. So I thought that him coming to the NBA, that would be something that he would like be.
He won.
fond
In
of
he
doing.
won in college though. He wasn't like
Yeah, that's a little different. He did win a lot of championships.
won a lot.
Yeah.
Won a lot. So, you know, I think.
I love when we can get to the Bulls at the top of the show. By the way, it makes me feel good.
I think.
Somebody did ask us, can we get a Kobe White? Some Kobe White love on the
They're
pod.
calling them the exciting whites. Josh Giddey and Kobe White.
Modest Buzelis too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they almost ran a full white
I
man
don't-
lineup.
Oh, they
yesterday.
almost did it?
They almost did it.
I don't know if my little homie want us to call him White Christian. I don't know.
That's funny.
I don't know. He might be pissed off. I might get a DM later like, hey.
The Celtics almost did it last night too. When Tatum went down with his injury.
Oh,
They
shout
had
out to Tatum too.
Shireman, and then they had Cornette and Porzingis on the court together.
Oh.
Peyton Pritchard, and it was Darrick White. So
They just-
technically, that is another all-white lineup because
Oh.
Darrick White, you know,
They
and Kobe
saying
White.
they saying Lu
crazy.
Dort be trying to hurt people, man. Y'all been seeing that?
Yeah.
People said that about Giannis. People was on the time saying that about Giannis last night
With
too.
Devin
He dove for the
Booker?
loose
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
But I was
That-
just like, they just
Nah,
dove
that was
for a
low-key
loose ball.
crazy.
I
Bro,
didn't
when they
see
showed
it.
the slow motion, like, so Devin Booker dove on the ball and Giannis
That's
trying
what
to go
happened
for
when
it.
the dealership have you for 13 hours.
Giannis dove on him, and like I don't know how he kind of hit him, but Devin Booker whole face like smashed onto the ground, and they ain't call no fouls. So when Devin Booker popped up, his whole face was red. He arguing about the call, and I guess I didn't think it was dirty, but it was definitely like a dangerous play
That'd be a fine line of like dangerous.
and
That-
dirty.
And I think
dirty.
Lu Dort
Yeah.
falls in the dangerous more than it finds in the dirty. But that's just me. I mean, people had a bunch of clips, and it's like, some
Yeah.
of these clips are really, really bad for Lu Dort.
No, yeah. His clips be looking real bad.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, and I'm not here to fight either battle because it was really like Clippers Thunders going back and forth. I don't.
They said James Harden moving like a pirate because of his quad injury that Lu Dort gave him. That he moving.
And then they mad because Paul George injury last year they saying came from Lu Dort. So
Yeah, Tyloo did say that in the press conference that we should have taken James Harden out of the game just because of how he was moving.
he's the system though. What can you do?
James does not miss games.
I
It's
don't-
just rare.
I don't know. Like there's also guys who are just dumb with their controllability. That's like when we go to like a LA Fitness,
Yeah.
and you got the guy. He not trying to hurt nobody, but he just out of control.
He's Lu Dort. He's built like a football player, and he plays like one.
Yeah, it's
that's
just
what
like,
Lu Dort is too.
I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not being dirty, but I am wild as hell. I should tame some of this to calm it down. But, that's why I always used to tell Ontario, hey, man, draft the dude. Let's pick up the dude that got the dreads. Football players and basketball players with dreads, they about to be out of control. And I need them on my
You'd
team.
rather have him on your team.
I need them on my team.
for real.
I need them all on my team, man. All on my team.
Just so you ain't the one that's getting hurt.
Yeah.
So many offensive rebounds.
Yes. Over the back.
A lot of
and
missed
shit.
layups,
Fast as hell in transition.
Illegal screens.
hard fouls.
Definitely missing layups on a fast break.
Oh man.
Definitely missing all backboard layups for sure.
But you know they're going to get a lot of steals.
We should
A
we
lot of
should get
arguments.
into drop the mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. If the playoffs were a single game elimination, who would you take?
In a one-game scenario, my back against the wall.
Before y'all even go, I was already thinking about the Celtics. I could not take the Celtics in this. I feel like in one of these games, they outshooting themselves out the game.
Okay, I can see that.
That was the first team I was like, I don't know if I could do, even though they would be a contender in like a 7-game sample, like the 7-game series.
So what's the original question? Back against the wall?
No,
One
if
game-
it's single,
one
it's
game.
like March Madness. One game.
Who I have the most trust in?
Yeah, want to go home.
It's hard for me to bet against OKC.
It's
Just 'cause
hard- yeah.
that one-game scenario, I just feel like they got everything you would need. They got the all-star, all-NBA talent. They got the great defense. They always got something they can rely on. And then especially if they healthy, they got Chet and Jada up there as great number 3s and 2s. It's hard for me to bet against that in a one-game scenario.
I'm not mad at that. I was thinking super high upside with star power. And though the Lakers have not looked good for the last week or whatever, they still do have a Bron and Luka. And you tell Luka that it's game 7 every game. You tell Bron that it's game 7 every game. It's hard for me to think that they won't be able to find a way to win. Was that 4 games?
Yep,
4 games, yeah.
because they want to have
might-
to go through the play-in.
I might go Lakers,
A random team
I
that
might go
thought
Cleveland.
about.
They're prepared for every matchup. Those are my type of teams for March Madness. They could go big, they can go smaller. They got shooting, they got depth, they got guard play, and they got explosive scorers who can go for 30 or 40 apiece. They got defensive specialists, shooting specialists. Like, what do we need this game?
Yeah. Also, the Nuggets, I think, are a sneaky one here. I think they would, because when you talk about Jamal Murray and Jokic in a one-game scenario, Jokic could easily get a 30-point triple-double. Then you got Jamal over there doing his thing. Now,
What about the Pacers?
35.
I thought about
The
Pacers.
Pacers would be an interesting one. Yeah, I definitely don't think in a one game scenario they're a team I'm scared to play.
Was that? When did we talk about that, Mike? Like the Pacers as a March Madness team is
They
lit.
really are.
Yeah,
They
no,
really put
they
up
are.
points.
Yeah,
I
they
think
lit.
another cool team would honestly be the Rockets, just because they force so many turnovers and
yeah.
just single game
Yeah.
lock up.
So they playing like what Yale. What Yale was.
Yeah, like they really
just
would have
pretty
like a
much
college
hard
field
head
type
on.
team to them.
Yeah, those would probably be my top
Fred Van
teams.
Fleet, I don't know if he can give you 16 game, but he might be able to give you them 4.
How did y'all feel about all those tweets that was like, if you take the worst team in the tournament, you put Karl Anthony Towns or you put an NBA All-Star on it, would they go all the way?
They would
I
dominate.
would think so, yeah.
I
That's
don't
who the-
know.
Hell
Well,
no.
some of them
I think so.
16s, we saw 16 against Duke. I forget which team that was. They were down by 53. And I know Cat is, just
would've-
using Cat as an example.
Cat would have scored 53.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't know if he.
You can play
What,
the
he just
game
going to double
so-
and triple team him? the
Yes.
whole-
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yes.
would
He's
literally
on a
Who do you
season.
trust on the
seed.
16 other than Karl Anthony Towns?
He's
Send
on a-
5 at him, actually.
Yes. Yes.
It's in 5.
Then you can you got way more zones. Teams can really slow it down. It's a 30-second shot clock. It's not like the NBA. It's a
And
whole
the-
different game.
Duke Blue Devils have 5 NBA players on it anyway.
Could they win a game? Yeah, but they're talking about going a whole run. Now, if you said you drop Karl Anthony Towns and you put him on Clemson or you put him on Memphis, that's a
I
different
think
conversation.
if you even put him on an 11th seed or a 12th seed, it's a lot better than the 16.
Hell yeah.
If you
Because
put-
the
if
10
you
seed
put
is
him on-
Arkansas. You put them on Arkansas, they already on a run. They gon' definitely go on a run.
Who's one of those 12 seeds that did not win the first round?
Who's the best player we could put on the lowest seed and you think you have a chance?
Well, wasn't it UC San Diego? That's who I had beat.
Sure, yeah. Put Karl Anthony Towns or UC San Diego, team that looked like they ain't had no size. Put Karl Anthony Towns over there, they going on the run.
What if we put Steph Curry a guard?
We already seen that. We seen what he gonna do when he wasn't superstar MVP.
I mean, I'm talking about today's Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Today's Steph Curry on the 16?
Yeah.
Or-
They going on a run.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, like, even with the zone, he could light that zone up. You're going to have to probably come out there.
It's not gonna be
Unless
anybody that can
it's
stay in
probably like a
front of him.
boxing
Nah.
one type stuff.
I'm not rocking with the 16. Because if you play against a good enough coach, if you play against an Izzo, you play against a Pearl, you play any of those guys. Honestly, Chris Beard at Ole Miss, they're going to say somebody else got to beat us.
And Steph Curry would still beat you.
That's why I agree with KB. If you're talking about no, he wouldn't. If you're talking about because the possessions of the game, like it just I don't know. It depends on who you're playing, who the teammates are.
Mm-hmm.
I like it better with the 12 or the 11. 16? Tell me the 16s. Name two 16s.
Put 'em on
name one
American.
16.
Oh, yeah, put him on UIC Edwardsville, who lost to Houston.
Come on, man. Where's what's that?
Edwardsville.
What was the whole school name?
USC.
I'm sorry, did I say USC? SIU.
Where is that at?
Here.
Yeah.
I'm where?
Southern Illinois?
Yeah, it's in Southern Illinois.
I ain't never heard of that shit. Y'all finna sit up here and act like y'all know what that is.
I did. I remember that. Because it was one of the
yeah.
schools some people went to from our
Yeah, it
school.
was.
To do what?
College.
College. They went to college.
No,
yeah.
I'm saying like, was it a basketball player?
No,
Oh, no, they were
Football
just
player?
going to
Just
school.
went as students.
Academics.
Normal
Yeah.
academics, yeah. Yeah.
Didn't even know that was a D1 school. Y'all can't convince me y'all did.
I didn't know it was a D1.
I didn't want
school.
to. Yeah, when they popped up on the bracket, I'm like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah, I was
that's
like
what's
that.
up.
I've heard of that school.
And he gonna go there and just drag them to the Elite Eight.
How about what if he had one teammate, but the
Oh,
teammate
dude, I'm
is Quentin?
picking-
It's Quentin
That's
Poster.
what I was thinking too.
I'm picking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit posting in
If he
college.
had one role player, they don't
This
even
is
got to
just
be
one
like.
NBA role player
Oh,
plus
then
a
I'm
star.
picking them. And you said it was a big who can shoot? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I seen what Max Abmas did. I seen that. You give Steph Curry a little pick and roll partner, he gonna do what Max did every time. O'Bannon was doing this shit. Or was it O'Bannon or O'Banner? With Max Abmas. Oh man. Pick and roll partner, that was nice. That was nice. Oral Roberts, shout out to y'all, man.
We got Anthony Davis came back yesterday. Played a game against the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
Very surprised he came back.
Spencer Dinwiddie been hooping. He had a little double-double.
Yeah, he didn't have a Spencer Dinwiddie be hooping.
Out of nowhere, he just gonna
yeah.
have his little run, yeah.
Especially when you talking about he just gonna get extra minutes just because the team ain't good. Spencer Dinwiddie gonna put up them stats.
Still owe us some shoes, but
AD gave us a good quote, and if the Wi-Fi wasn't so bad, I can read it to you. I play basketball. This is what I get to pay. This is what I get paid to do. Anytime I have a chance to come out and play, I'm gonna do it. I've seen we were a man down, sometimes playing 7 guys, 8 guys, 6 guys. It felt like if I was 100%, I was going to play, and I didn't want to stress my team out or stress the organization out as well, yada, yada, yada. I'm not one to throw in the towel or sit down is basically the full quote.
What you got to like for Anthony Davis?
I bet Pelican fans would say something different. That's
It's-
all, folks.
This is when I guess you kind of got to look at stuff in different lenses. Like all of us know that they're probably not really playing for much this season. I mean, they could try to play
They could
for
get the play in.
They're
yeah.
tied
They
for the
could try
play-in right
for
now
it.
with the
I don't know.
Suns.
I think we all agree they probably not going too far, even if they make into that play-in.
Not without Kai, yeah, no.
But it's just like they're not playing for much this season, and so you think like we don't want a chance of him getting hurt or anything else to happen. Like it's cool for you to just chill out, but for him to go up there and say like the organization kind of needs this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like this for Anthony Davis.
And also, I think from the organization standpoint, they probably selfishly look at it as a way, if we can't make the play-in, that's 2 extra games for us.
No,
And then
they're the opposite. Reports said that the people up top are trying to tell him not to play because they'd rather keep the lottery pick and take the chance, the 1.2% chance to get Cooper Flag or somebody like that.
Well, now with him playing, now y'all just there's a chance y'all really fight for that play-in spot. So
I mean, I like it from AD, man.
I like
mean,
it from him too.
as we were talking about earlier, how many players are out with injury in March. Even if the team is not going to win a bunch of games, just having one of the star players in the league available is dope. And I'm a firm believer that if a person and a player is 100%, that they should be suiting up regardless of the team situation. And I think that goes back to the Pot A versus Pot B thing, because Pot A says Anthony Davis sit your ass down so we keep this lottery pick. Pot B is like Anthony Davis is a great player that we love watching play. So I'm kind of sitting in that Pot B. I didn't get to watch this game last night, but I won't miss their next one when he suits up.
Yeah.
I hate that he has to be in this position. He shouldn't be playing. Not even for logistically a lottery pick or whatever. He just came off a tough injury that was already bothering him when he got traded, and obviously the emotions of being traded and wanting to come back to the team had him playing that game, and he re-injured himself, and he has a injury checkered past. He's been better over the last few years, and then he's also not getting any younger. I know, for whatever reason, every time I think of Anthony Davis, I still think of young AD. Like that has not settled into me that AD he's a veteran
30s,
player now. Yeah, he's not like this young guy anymore, because it felt like a whole decade of him just being this young player. So because of that, that's what I was just like, great sentiment, but I hate that he's in a position to feel like he has to prove and do anything, because at the end of the day, it's Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
He don't have to really prove shit, and I just don't want to see him not get 100%. You know what I mean? Because 100% Anthony Davis is going to take this team to a whole different level when they fully healthy versus whatever he's trying to accomplish right now. So that's all. But shout out to AD, man.
The team that they're competing with have won 5 of their last 6. The Suns beat the Bucks last night. They beat the Cavs. They beat the Bulls. They beat the Raptors. Lost to your Lakers, but beat the Kings as well. Are y'all trusting that the Phoenix Suns might be able to win 2 play-in games and give us a playoff series?
They might be able to, man. Kevin Durant has been looking really good. Like, he is Kevin Durant, but like when he's back to looking like I can get you 30, 40 anytime I want, then that's the Suns we were respecting, especially with Devin Booker too. Just getting back in his groove. I think if you're just looking at those 2 specifically, they have the talent to do a lot of stuff.
I mean, I trust them to beat the Kings in a 1-game elimination, but I think when you're talking about them playing the Timberwolves or the Clippers, I think I'll more so lean towards those 2 teams. I think the Clippers and the Timberwolves will probably end up being our 7-8 matchups in whatever order. I don't know which order it'll be, but one of them.
I don't think I've watched much of these last 5 or 6 games to even know like what's happening different. If anything, maybe nothing is happening different and they just happen to win more games. So I can't even give you a real feel of what the hell is going on, other than, again, I did watch their 4th quarter last night where Devin Booker hit the big shot. But it just makes it more interesting, because part of me was like, I don't even want to see the Suns in a play-in game. But if they're playing to this level, hell yeah, let's see at least one Suns play-in game. KD was amazing last night as well.
Colin Gillespie.
He's been starting.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal's been out with his injury. Maybe that helps a little bit.
Which
Ryan
is crazy
Dunn is playing finally, playing.
Yes, Gillespie, Dunn, yeah.
I understood the Ryan Dunn thing a little bit when his shot started to decline, and so he started to fall out of Mike's rotation. But then also I was like, y'all suck. Well, let him go out there, because I think defensively he just brings a lot for you. So, like, just give him an opportunity to go out there and develop and just play. And, like, he's not somebody that's going to, his shot ain't falling, but I think he does a lot of the other things for you that can kind of help you on the basketball court. So I was just always.
Giddey been playing too.
Yeah, so I was just like, just because his shot didn't decline a little bit, don't mean you should just stop playing him.
Yeah, a lot of the youth movement has been going on around KD and Book, so that might be something. Your Lakers, Mike, currently on a 3-game losing streak, lost last night
Giving
to
up
the
the
Orlando
points,
Magic.
boy.
What's going on? What's different between this team and the team we talked about 2 weeks ago being contenders or so on?
It's the defense. Just not being able to get consistent stops puts you at like just a disadvantage in general, especially how the Lakers are using their defense to their advantage, passing the ball up. We've seen the outlet pass from Luka to LeBron and just getting out in transition and scoring easily. We're doing that for the other team now. Like we're turning the ball over and not valuing the basketball, and it's just not a good recipe. And we're just going through one of them tough stretches. I think this team can turn it around real easily. I think that we could use this last like 10-game stretch or whatever to really get the mojo back going.
Well, you also missed LeBron for 2 weeks. He was like the head and snake of that defense, and he was the most vocal guy on the defensive side. So when you lose your vocal guy defensively, who is like tapping guys and telling guys where to go on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of that is lost. You don't realize how important that is until you literally don't see it on the court, and like y'all rotations just won't be the same. And then he's also back earlier from what he was expected to be from his injury, so he's definitely not playing like he was 2 weeks ago. So it's just gonna be like a weird window here of y'all getting back to where y'all was.
Do you think they get back to where they was? Do you think they could have been like I'm not trying to discredit
like
y'all.
A honeymoon phase? I
don't even want to say honeymoon phases. I think this team is going to be good. Mm-hmm. But like the way that they was playing,
I think
they can, because LeBron was playing very good.
It was so much like emotion and hype, and like
I think part of like a good defensive stretch too is sometimes teams do get lucky a little bit with other teams just missing a lot from beyond the arc. I think the last couple of games teams been hot. Yeah, like the Bulls torched us. We couldn't really afford to like. Oh, they're having an off game. We couldn't help against the Bulls.
You remember when we were talking about it, and I was like, the only thing that scares me about the Lakers is their opponents are shooting 30% from three. That has shifted. Even last night, the Orlando Magic, who don't hit threes, hit 36%. The Bulls hit 1 million threes against y'all. So it's like they give up the looks that you want to give up. Hey, it's so-and-so in the corner. This dude is a 32% three-point shooter. We live. Well, these last couple days, y'all haven't been able to live off that. And I remember when y'all were going through this streak, JJ Redick was talking about how you'll be surprised of how much defense is literally just effort. And I do believe some of that effort has tailed off a little bit. Yeah. And because it's hard to have that level of intensity on a night-to-night basis. And I do believe that, like last night in that Bulls game, there's a few times where y'all were just looking at each other as Josh Giddey got to the basket or Kobe White got a wide open corner three. And it's
I think it's
the Lakers
hard.
We got accustomed to.
When you're giving up that many threes and you
over
can't,
the past years,
you can't trap and help the way you want to. You just got to stay in front of people. And I mean, honestly, the team hasn't really shown all that. They've shown that they can play the little gimmicks and they can trap and force you to turn the ball over.
I think it's more pressure on your particular team too, because y'all still don't have that backline guy that solidifies everything, which would have been a Mark Williams type body. And that's why, like I said, I was extremely impressed. Still am impressed. I still think the Lakers can do some big things. But I'm looking like at that next version of the Lakers next year, where you have a JJ Redick who's instilling some culture. You've got some particular guys that you like around Luka and Bron. Austin Reeves seems like his confidence is at a peak level. Man, if the Lakers go into the offseason and really find that center, this is going to be a very extremely scary team, man. It's going to be, you got a whole motivated Luka for the offseason. LeBron now sees the potential of what this team can be. You got a whole fan base that's back believing. Y'all feel solidified with the coach. We won't have to worry about no coaching drama for the first time in a very long time.
I'm mad at myself because I was fake hype for Alex Len to join this team.
Oh no! I mean, we everybody was, because y'all just needed some size.
We literally found one of the centers in the league who can't play pick and roll.
I just don't know why y'all didn't get Moses Brown. I mean, you're not going to have a bunch of options.
Yeah, I thought Moses Brown would have been a good option.
Bismack Biyombo was sitting out there.
Dwight Howard's still sitting out there.
Hey, Bismack Biyombo to this day will give you the most effort.
We can't gloss over that.
I kind of ignore it because I think he did that before. And I
Wait,
was like,
what did he say?
You talking about the Dwight Howard thing?
The little introduction to the Magic
Yeah, the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I thought you meant can't ignore that he said Dwight Howard was available.
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
We was
no.
talking about the Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, he got inducted to the Magic Hall of Fame. That's big,
Yeah.
man. Guys like him kind of get lost in trend.
He got so emotional, man. I like seeing that. When he was talking about his parents.
Yes, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he deserved it. Dwight Howard was a monster, man.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard was really a monster, and I just
He was the big reason the Lakers won a championship.
it's so because they bust his ass.
He talking about when Dwight was on the Lakers.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
meant.
No,
you know
yeah.
what finals I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know which
I
one you
thought-
talking about. Yeah,
'Cause
that was when Dwight carried that team to the finals.
That's when
yeah.
I was rooting
No,
for that
yeah.
shit. That bubble shit.
That was when he swept he gentleman swept LeBron because LeBron hit that 3 in game 1 from the top of the key.
I'm talking when Kobe and them.
Didn't Courtney Lee miss that layup?
Yes, he did, Mr. Liv.
They should have won that series.
The Cavs?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Talking
the
about
Magic.
The
yeah.
Magic.
That's when the Lakers meant something to me.
I also don't like that current Lakers. They get back into Luka ball too often,
Yeah.
and y'all don't have the team to play Luka
I was
ball.
thinking about that, like,
Man, that's
Not yet, at least.
with Luka.
yeah.
I don't think that's the case though, because I don't think they were playing heavy Luka ball when it first started.
No, we weren't. It was a little bit more split up with
Nah,
Bron and
Well,
also
also LeBron was there.
Yes,
Yeah.
but even last night, and maybe Bron is just not 100% is still trying to play through it so he can get his 65 games so he can make an All-NBA.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's doing.
But down the stretch, it is just Luka ball. And again, Luka is one of one almost when it comes to that type of stuff. But he's not moving the same as he did last year. And y'all don't got the threats on the perimeter or
When
the
I was
roll
watching
man.
the games, he had his moments where he was still doing. He was just making these lucky ass.
No, that's
I
what
don't
it
want to
really
say
came
lucky.
down to.
He's
It's
making these
like,
theatrical ass shots, and nobody really kind of cared because it was like, oh look, he just hit this shot with 1 second left, falling out of bounds, and it was a clutch shot.
yeah, I mean, that's how we were low-key matching buckets back while they're getting easy buckets on the other side. We got to take a step back 3 falling out of bounds. But
I'll never get that shot he had against my Knicks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was crazy.
That-
Like shots like that.
I don't even know how he be making them. You just got to throw your hands up. That's literally what, as a defender, that's exactly what you just got to do.
You know, it'd be crazy when he said, man, I open all night, but that's the one I hit. He know himself he wasn't supposed to hit that.
Who was he talking to? He said,
KD, he said this is the most open I've ever been.
no, it was at the free throw line.
It was some fan. It's like, ball don't lie.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like, I got 20 points right now.
Yeah.
It's the first quarter. What do you mean, ball don't lie?
Yeah, that's
It'd be funny seeing fans interact with players interact with fans who just talking shit that's sitting courtside.
His dad's been really active, man.
Yeah.
Lucas' dad's been on 100 podcasts.
Yes,
since
he
he got
has.
traded, bro.
Oh,
and they
shit.
be like over in their country and stuff too.
Yeah.
He getting to it.
Oh, wow. I
His
didn't
most
know that.
recent one said, Luka was born to be in Los Angeles. The city is made for him, and it fits well with his character. I believe he'll succeed here. And of course, Lakers fans like, yes, he's gonna resign.
It's a great answer. He always strike me as more of where he was. Dallas.
Yeah.
Still a nice
Yeah,
place,
no,
but a
that's-
little bit more low key. Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
But hey,
too.
I don't know him.
I don't know him.
They
don't
about to
know.
start seeing Luka in movies and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
He about to own a production
Definitely
company.
think
see
it's
him
a
on
little bit
Luka. I
different
definitely
once he,
see him on
like,
Luka ads.
77
You
productions.
you actually do get to LA and you kind of see the lights and like the crowd is a little bit different. And like, I feel like it's definitely a difference.
For sure.
Like you can,
Everybody not built for it, but Luka's one that is.
He's definitely built for it. I never didn't think he was built for it, but I do think that like
you know he can,
we've
you know
done
he can
that
handle
too.
that.
When we was first going to New York, we was like, man, it's nice, man. I live here. Then you start going several times a month, a couple times a month. And it's like, yeah, I wanted to go my ass back home. Like,
He seemed like such a low key dude, and LA just isn't a low key place.
nah.
I bet he got low-key spots. It ain't like he living where the fucking stars are. He not living on Hollywood Boulevard.
I don't think Stars
Stars-
live on Hollywood
Stars
Boulevard.
live
That's
in-
one of the worst,
Yeah,
worst
no.
places to live. Is in
No, I mean
Hollywood.
like the actual stars on the ground, not
Oh,
stars as in star
Oh
people.
yeah,
I
okay.
still don't think he living over there though. That's the
No,
that's
yeah,
terrible
he
place.
live in Pasadena or something like that.
Calabasas.
Yeah, those type of places.
Yeah.
So he'll be all right.
Like, could y'all see Jokic being in LA or New York? Like, Jokic seems
Well,
like
I don't know,
Jokic
man.
seems
Not
like
by
a Denver guy.
Not by preference, but I
What
do
Giannis
think
say? He do want to see all the stars at big markets.
not by preference, but I do think like these are. I think one of the best things about like a Jokic is he's so simple that he would make it work. You just probably wouldn't see him on going to your local bakery that Kim Kardashian go to because he gonna be like TMZ finna be here.
Exactly.
But he gonna make it work though. Shout out to him.
I wanted to bring up some, like just watching that Suns game yesterday and watching Kevin Durant. It just got me in my feelings a little bit. I was feeling like we just just kind of watching greatness for a long time, and I kind of looked up this stat. Players that are just 35 years or older that average 25 points per game or more. And it's only a handful of players. Obviously, Michael Jordan, LeBron. It's Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and it's like Karl Malone and John Havlicek. But I just wanted to kind of see, like, can this actually ever be a norm, or are we just kind of blessed and spoiled to see this?
You know, I was thinking about this on the way home from the Linear show yesterday of how many top 10-ish players like are in the league right now, and the top 10-ish. So like
Of all time?
Of all time. Of course, we got Bron, we got KD, we got Steph Curry, we got like Jokic, and then I think that
Maybe Giannis can try to enter
Giannis
the
was the last guy.
conversation.
He's probably like 15-ish, but like with so many years left in his career,
I'll be the one to say it. Luka Doncic
has a chance to be there as well. But it's like we are truly blessed. So when you ask if that's the norm, it might not be the norm. We just might be in the era of like
Longevity
and superstardom, bro. And that don't even count for like, again, we saw Kobe play in his career. We saw Tim Duncan. How many top 10-ish players in our lifetime have we seen? It's an insane amount. Really is an insane amount.
talking about Dwight Howard, who was the guy, and we just hyped him up because it's like it could get lost. That's how much talent we've seen. Russell Westbrook. We saw somebody do something that hadn't been done since before we was born, the triple-double shit. So it's like now it's at a point where the triple-double don't hit the same. It's not that it ain't impressive.
He ruined triple-double.
It don't hit the same because, you know.
Didn't he do it for also like 3 seasons in a row?
Yeah.
Too?
I think it was 4.
4?
It
Yeah.
was 4 years in a row. Just became a norm.
Him and James Harden, they literally just made it a normal
Jokic.
thing. Yeah, and then Jokic. Yeah, Jokic.
Y'all see Jokic joke about that on his birthday?
No.
Him and they were asking what he's looking forward to, like throughout his life.
Nah, and this is what he said.
And Russell Westbrook had walked past. He's like, I'm looking forward to breaking his triple-double record. And I was like, oh, look at Jokic making a little joke to Brody. And
Well, you got a long way to go, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Got a long way to go, my boy.
You know. Hey, he built for it too. Maybe he does deserve to be in a big market.
We are spoiled, Mike. That's why I think sometimes it'd be so problematic to all of us in certain instances. Like when we talked about like the Lakers fans and the comments of the Bulls, there's so much to cheer for, so much to be excited about, there's so much to appreciate with the game that it's like when you're just constantly going online, not because online is a big part of our lives now. I understand it's an app, you can close it, you don't have to be online, but it's a big part of our lives, especially when doing the media and everything like that. And, you know, as much as you want to ignore certain things, sometimes you can't. And on the other side, though, it's a double-sided coin. For every dumb shit you see on the internet, you also see a bunch of intelligent, high-quality views, opinions, takes, and perspectives that you are also seeking. And while seeking that, you kind of get it all mixed up. And it just be like, man, why are we on here complaining, downing, or dogging bullshit? Well, yeah, we got like some 37-year-olds who are cooking, and it's like, we don't know when they're going to slow down.
Yeah,
yeah,
those are
that's
all
a real-
NBA players, bro.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think about like players I can even – it's so many like good, legit stars in the league that are just a lot of talent that it's like – I was thinking about who can make it to 35 and still be able to be at a
bunch of them.
top 10
A
level.
bunch.
Like
I think
Cade,
the game is
especially
going
like
there.
certain is if your game style fits it. Like Cade Cunningham he's gonna have a game style that translates for a long time, just because he's not uber athletic. He has good size. He's very skilled. He can always pass good. He can score from all 3 levels. Cade, and he posts up. So like those type of guys, I feel like Cade is one of those dudes that we're gonna see age very well. He's gonna play until he's 35 plus
I think
and
Cade
still be
is a
very
good
good.
one. I think Cade is a good one.
Tatum
I think
is an
Jason
obvious
Tatum
one.
is
Tatum,
one.
yeah.
Nikola Jokic seems like he's going to always be able to make a pass, rebound, and he'll be able to get his hook shot off.
I'm not one of the people that feel like Giannis won't age. I think Giannis is still going to age really well too.
He's somebody I think about just because he's 30 years old already. So he's not too far off, and he's still about as dominant can
And he
be.
keeps evolving his game.
The only thing that scares me about him is his play style.
Are you talking about how physical it is?
It's super physical. It's extremely physical. It's extremely taxing on the body.
But I do believe he's like a 101 too in the same token. It was like it is extremely physical, but I would not be surprised if he's 35, 36, still being this physical.
Yeah.
I would be a sight. It would be a sight.
Who
to
that
see.
physical at 35, 36? I mean,
That's
LeBron,
what I'm saying. Potentially a 101, but Bron evolved
LeBron-
to shoot
LeBron
threes.
is nowhere near as
LeBron's
He
not
not.
as physical.
But
It would be a sight to see. I'm just going off what I know. I just have not seen that type of physicality hold up for that long at this level. Now, Am I expecting Giannis to be in MVP conversation at 35? Maybe not. But if you staying still effective, then he's doing something. I'm looking at the guys who are more based on skill, like a Cade, Jason Tatum.
What about Devin Booker? I was just looking at
Devin
his
Booker
stats. He's
was
been around
still be
25 his whole career.
Yeah. Devin Booker.
Even coming off the injury, I think Kyrie is going to play a long time as well.
Yes.
Because, like, his skills, he's just so damn skilled. Like, when you're
So,
that
I don't
skilled,
know, bro.
it just translates for a
I
long
think he
time.
just might buy into being a full-time streamer. He was dropping gems on in his Twitch chat.
Don't let
He
your
was.
Gooner thoughts win.
Hey,
That's real shit.
That's real,
yeah,
man.
it was actually crazy. The fact that he personally addressed his Twitter chat was crazy. It was hilarious.
But it's so.
But it made sense, though.
It bothers me because it's always that one person, or maybe it was a few. Why say put the whole camera up so we can see
Yeah.
your sister? It just don't even make
Oh,
sense.
see, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess
that
I didn't
was-
see
that
His
everything.
sister was in the background
His
or
sister
whatever,
was in the background.
and she would like open up the camera or like make the camera bigger.
He
so we can
acknowledged
see.
it?
Yeah.
No, he acknowledged. He's like, why even put like that was part of the reason why
Oh,
he's
he
saying
said
don't
that,
let those
okay.
thoughts
Yeah.
win.
Ah,
I didn't know
okay.
what the context was.
Yeah, and
I
it's
thought
just
he was,
like
it's Kyrie.
as somebody else machines, like I understand why it's just like why put that comment.
Bro, one of the craziest things was somebody asking, Kyrie, if you played against so-and-so YouTube one-on-one player, you think you win?
Did he do that though?
Kyrie said, boy, I will bust Jordan.
Oh, and was it that stream?
Yeah.
Oh, because
And
I
then
know
he went down the rabbit hole of like watching one-on-one players, and he basically was like, some players are built for 5-on-5, some players are built for one-on-ones. Some players like me can do both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, in the NBA, I haven't played one-on-one since my rookie season.
He
'Cause
watched-
they always send it 2 or send it 3.
He watched one YouTube basketball guy, and he had broken down his jump shot. He was
Yeah,
like,
that was Max.
Yeah.
Black Boy Max.
He was like, your feet turn to the left.
Black boy, man.
And he's like, look at his shot again. His feet was turned
I
to the
rock with
left.
Black boy, man.
He shot it,
You know
and
him?
his shot missed
Yeah,
the left.
well, no, I've never met him before, no.
You know what I mean.
But yeah.
You be seeing his stuff. You be watching his stream.
I don't be on Twitch as much as I used to. I know he's got the In the Booth thing that's been popping off where he have rappers and stuff on.
Speaking
and
of
they
that.
make songs.
Hey, Black Boy Max, I don't know you, but I like you. And my cousin say, you know you. I'm going to tell you this, brother. It's really dope what you're doing in the booth. I need you and your team to pick better guests to have. Rappers are so damn inconsiderate. They crazy.
Entitled.
Entitled. They live in their own world. I'm so tired of seeing this young man have such a great idea that's popping off. And it's like he's had, it ain't too many
I
of them.
feel
but
like for every great one, it's a really, really
Yeah.
bad one in there.
the one with Chicken P or whatever, that like it was just so like, you know what I'm saying?
Vibes wasn't great at all.
I like that's how
Shout out to
rappers
Sexy
are.
though. Sexy kept it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
The same thing with 5-Year Foreign
Yep.
and Lil TJ and all that. Like
Yeah.
But then he had Will Smith, and Will Smith was fucking amazing.
yeah. So like keep getting your Will Smiths. Get a shit. I know that he probably ain't your style of music. Not really my taste either. Get your Joyner Lucas. Like get rappers who ain't coming with 30 people on that bullshit. Stay away from the street rappers, I guess is what I'm saying. The street rappers gonna walk in with, because he be having
Hey,
street
you seen
rappers
that
in there,
clip?
and he be talking about you can't, hey, y'all can't smoke in
Y'all
here.
can't smoke,
What,
yeah.
you know they
KD.
gonna try to smoke in there, man. Black Boy Max.
You seen the dude? He was looking at the stream. He said, "Hey, bro, turn that off."
Yeah.
He said, "What you talking about?" He said,
Them lights.
"No." He said, "No. What's that movie?" He said, "That's my chat, bro."
Who was that?
That was Chicken P. Chicken P was like, fuck the chat. And Max was like, no, don't fuck the chat.
I thought he told him to turn off some lights.
Why you want to turn the chat off?
Because they was on
They
ass.
was on
Because
ass.
they listened to 100 beats, and he said, no, to every one.
everyone.
Every
Oh.
beat. Nah. But yeah,
Turn the
there's some
chat
cool stuff going on Twitch, man. If you ain't been locked in, shout out to the guys. Here's a funny quote from our good friend Doc Rivers. Did y'all see this one?
Yeah.
Doc Rivers says he doesn't get
Playoffs.
enough credit for winning 3 games in a playoff series where he blew a 3-1 lead. No one tells the real story, and I'm fine with that. It's unfair in some ways. I don't get enough credit for getting the 3 wins. I get credit for losing.
Hey. If it was me, I'd probably say the same shit. Hey.
Now, one of these I will give him the benefit of the doubt on, because he said, that's my legacy. There's nothing you can do about it. I got a team that was an 8 seed up 3-1. That's the one he should get credit for, even if they did end up losing 3 in a row. The other ones,
That's the Orlando Magic?
I don't remember. I don't remember which one. Maybe the Orlando Magic. When he won Coach of the Year. So yeah, it's that season where they were the 8 seed. But yeah, if you were the 8 seed, you go up 3-1. Usually the talented team is going to be able to come back. But some of the other ones, you can't say like,
I cut Doc Rivers a lot of slack. I've talked about it a bunch of times.
I didn't finish the job, but I deserve credit.
You can't cut him slack for everything, but when you just look at his coaching career, he has been dealt the tough hand.
Has he?
The Magic had Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill never got to materialize, and then Tracy McGrady on top of the Grant Hill injury that never allowed him to be a Magic. Really, he started to get hurt. Go look at those Magic teams.
I'm thinking about post 2008 mostly.
Yeah,
Get 2008 championship. The only thing you could say is maybe that they just never were healthy with the Clippers. But like one of those series at least that they blew, everybody was there. Everybody was healthy.
Was that's the bubble, right, against the Nuggets?
I'll double check.
You're going
which
way
one.
too far. He talking about Chris Paul and them.
Yeah, I'm talking about Chris Paul being on the team.
The one he blew in bubble, they were healthy.
Yes, they were.
It did feel like every year Chris Paul or Blake Griffin was out there in the playoffs.
Every year.
Literally one of them.
Every year, one or the other, if not both. Every year. Every single year. The Jazz series, the 3-1 comeback from fucking Houston Rockets.
And I remember
when they
were searching every year to get the
small
perfect
forward?
wing or small forward for them.
I remember when Chris Paul, when they did win a series, Chris Paul hit the game-winning shot. It was on one leg. It's like that's so hard to coach. And again, I'm not saying he's removed everything. No, he has fault in that. But like, when you look at those Clippers teams, every time they tried to get a little duo, they were very not healthy.
Doc Rivers is the first player in NBA history, or coach in NBA history, to blow 3-1 leads. He's blown 5 3-2 leads. He's blown 1-2-0 lead.
Well, to blow a 3-1
and
lead,
lost
you
game
had to blow
7.
a 3-2 lead. Right?
Wait, say it again?
To blow a 3-1, you had to blow a 3-2.
Maybe these are
Like
two
separate
different
each other's.
Yeah.
So you could be up 2-1, I come back, and now it's 3-2? Because if I was up 3-1 and they won 3-2, then yeah, of course
3-2.
they won 3-2.
They might count for both. I'm not sure. But he also has lost 4
You know they be cherry picking stats.
home games
I would
for
think
game
that-
7.
I would think that it's the other
He lost
way.
4 home games. Now that's
That's crazy.
unless
home games.
Chris Paul get hurt, you got to go back home. then yeah.
His record is 16-34 when a chance to close out the series.
That's crazy.
See, now
That's terrible.
that I can't take off of him. That's on him as well, right?
16-34.
I'm also not going to be like Twitter and ignore the fact that Paul George, Kawhi, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, like just Chris Paul, just like you see Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, just fucked up. I'm talking like just crazy.
But that series against the Celtics, they were up 3-2 in that, and they blew that
Against
one.
what's team?
And when on Philly,
Yeah.
they was up in that, and then Tatum was struggling in that series, and then all of a sudden, Tatum just took off.
He did.
one of the greatest game 7s ever.
Yeah. So that was supposed to be a series that he closed out.
And that
I
one was
remember
on
that
the
now.
road for Tatum, right? That's one of them home losses for Doc Rivers, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I
double
thought
check.
it was at home, but looking
My
at that
phone
record,
is so broken, bro. Holy
I'm
shit.
also say this. It's not to remove anything, exempt him. It's just for coaches in general. I'm a firm believer in this, Darrick, and you might be too. When you start talking about the fact that you have 2 All-NBA players, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. This is Ben Simmons from a long time ago. This is all-defensive, All-NBA, perennial All-Star. When we get to a Game 7, I've heard plenty of coaches say it. Winning
It was
coaches,
in Boston. It was in Boston.
winning coaches, then losing coaches. Dog, at Game 7, fuck a game plan. My players have to win that game.
Yeah, no, they do.
So
But this series, this is James Harden. James Harden's on that team.
they also had the series they played against Boston that they lost to, where it was a young Jason Tatum. But
Okay.
you're right. I remember when they had one on the
Yeah.
road first,
Yeah.
on the back of James Harden. I think Embiid might have not even played a game, and they won.
Yeah.
I think it was.
And then, I remember that series as well, too. But, like, I heard a lot of coaches say, again, it doesn't exempt him because that's 16-34 with a chance to close out a series.
Because at that point,
ridiculous. No
because by
excuse for
Game
that.
7, we didn't already did every game
Every
plan.
game plan we
Every
did.
game plan we could have done.
They're familiar with what we trying to
Yep.
do. We know what they trying to do. This matchup worked. This one don't.
Yeah,
Attack
ain't no
him.
surprises by game 7.
So when you talk about Jason Tatum having a crazy Game 7, they player went and said,
Because no
I want
coach
this
is going to
more.
leave one Game 7 game plan in his back pocket that I just know
I
for
coulda-
sure.
Just in case.
I could have did it in game
Just in
5.
case.
I could have did it in Game 5, close this out. But now they let them 1-2 games. Oh, let me pull this out. They ain't know I had this one. No.
That's that Yu-Gi-Oh shit. You get his back against the wall. Blue eyes, white dragon. Exodia. Fuck you talking about? Motherfucker got Exodia to the end.
Little did you know,
I'm putting out Yu-Gi-Oh! Me, the main character. Exodia is at the beginning of the match. This is a 30-second match. Exodia.
That's all I got is a 5-card deck.
For real. What are you talking about?
What a good time that was when we was on that Yu-Gi-Oh grind. That shit was so fun.
It got fun until it got
Yeah,
really
y'all
bad.
Sweaty. It got
Yes.
really sweaty.
Y'all was actually on. I could only do Yu-Gi-Oh physically. Like I
No,
can't.
I was
the
building
cards.
decks, my guy. I had
He
5
told me when
different
Reese
decks.
fucked him up, and I was like, I ain't getting.
You
it.
know
Oh,
what's the
Reese
crazy
made the
thing,
game
though?
not. Reese literally made the game not
He watched
fun.
a YouTube video and built the deck that somebody else built.
real?
I don't know, but that's the only thing I
Because
can
like
think
he
of.
built the deck, you literally couldn't.
So you playing with his
couldn't destroy
intelligence.
anything.
Maybe. Reese, you gotta come explain it, my guy.
Man, when I was a shorty, it was only a few legendary Pokemon and a few Egyptian god cards. Now it's about 1 million of them. I just can't keep up.
The internet
You're not supposed to. You almost
messed
30.
everything up. I used to really collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like I'm sure y'all
Same.
did.
I used to have a
Yeah,
big
used to
ass.
beg my mom.
Yeah, a
Right.
binder.
Yeah.
And you have to go to like a Target and Walmart and buy the packs and packs, bro.
Oh, it's Seto Kaiba's deck, man. Can I get Kaiba's deck?
Bro, they got the nastiest deals. I be seeing at the store. I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
I'm just
decks
too.
be so fucking small now.
Yeah.
You
No,
used
I
to
be
get, like,
seeing some
50
good ones.
cards.
I be seeing some good ones that for like
Oh,
for
you
low
talking
price.
about the big box shit?
Yeah.
My mom wasn't buying no big
Well, I
box
had
shit.
No, I'm
whole-
talking about now that
Oh,
I
you
can
did that
afford
too?
Oh, I would have
Damn.
been jealous. I
it.
ain't
Now
gonna
that
lie.
I could afford it, I be seeing them all the time. But I be like, it's just there's
Yeah,
no
ain't no
point to
reason
me
now,
getting
yeah.
them. Yeah.
Unless you want to bring it back.
I
Let's all
told
just
you
get
it's
some
a
real
card.
decks.
I
It's
was
a
gonna
car
buy
place by
some,
my-
and Dana was
my
like,
house.
I like that
don't
place.
buy it. It's gonna be nothing. But I should have bought it anyway because I just like having shit that's nostalgic. But I say all that to say, my brother fucked my head up one time, LaShawn. I went to my dad's house and he had Exodia. It was fake, and I was like, he introduced me to this world of fake fucking cards, and I was like, what the hell? It's like it killed the love in me
killed the
because
love.
it's like what the hell?
That's how I felt about wrestling.
And I'm like, you're not even into Yu-Gi-Oh like that. You just stumbled upon some shit and you got some fake cards.
On some real stuff, I think those super expensive like Pokemon cards, I low-key think they're tougher than like getting a sports card. If that
Like
So
makes
a
like
sense.
rare-
like a Gen 1.
It'll be like a Gen 1 Charizard, like gold or something.
you would
know,
take
some-
that over
if it was same face value.
a rookie LeBron James.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
If it's same face
Yeah,
value, I
because
would-
you know why? I have a
I'll
rookie
take that.
LeBron James that ain't worth shit. It's so much that goes into what makes
Yeah.
the sports card
Because
worth
I remember,
something. I have a draft night rookie LeBron. He's not even in a fucking Cavs jersey yet. He's wearing his all white suit with the Cavs hat, and it's holographic.
Logan Paul spent $5.25 million to purchase a rare Pikachu Illustrator card. There's only 39 of them in existence.
Pokemon cards are dope, like really dope.
So on that note, Mike, I agree with you. Give me the Pokemon.
$5 million.
Give me the Pikachu
That's
every
an
time.
insane amount of money. to
But you
throw
know
on a
what?
card.
I think it's kind of cool. Too.
Unless it's a Honus Wagner, then I'll take that every day of the week.
Because if you really into Pokemon too, imagine you at a tournament and you pull one of them things out.
Well, you're
and
not-
it's
you're not using that
5.2
damn
You're
million.
not
card.
using this
Are you
shit.
crazy?
It's like hooping and fucking
Well, if you
signed
buying it for
Kobe's.
5.2, if you buying it for 5.2 million, then you got it like that.
That's in his background somewhere.
He put it on the chain.
No,
Oh, that's even better.
I've seen those before.
5.2 million. Yeah, I think I have seen it too.
The most
5.2
expensive LeBron card sold for $295,000.
Give me the Pokemon card.
Oh no! I'm sorry. That was the number 10. Oh, the most expensive one was 5.2 million. There
Can we
go.
see how it look?
Yeah, I'm gonna,
I bet it's some bullshit. Cause mine was sexy. I thought it was gonna be worth something. Worth nothing. Worth fucking $23.
How much did you spend for it?
I bought it when I was a kid. My mom got
Oh.
that card is
is,
older
okay.
than some of our viewers. I
That's
still have it
kind of
though.
hard. I ain't gonna lie. That card is fire.
5.2 million.
Oh,
bro?
it's
I don't-
signed.
well, I don't have
it's
it. Yeah,
signed.
it's signed, yeah.
mine's not signed.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
have
that's
5.2.
signed.
I wouldn't spend 5.2 million if I had 5.2 million, but it's a fire card for sure.
That's crazy.
Um,
Especially getting a signature.
What's worth
because
more?
he didn't do a lot of that. That's why.
No.
I'm taking a baseball card. The baseball cards run up, boy. Them baseball. You
They
get that
do.
Honus Wagner, boy, that motherfucker go crazy.
I can't get invested because I don't know him. I had his card last year though.
No, I feel you.
He
I
talking
feel
about
you.
you talking about how much it would go for?
Go Google Honus Wagner. Watch that shit blow your mind.
That was before his like actual stats came up, his card value came up.
See?
It's 7.25 million. Oh, it sold for it in a private sale.
And let's see his stats.
And that was a few years ago too.
Where's his baseball reference? Yeah, here we go.
It's gonna be godly. It's gonna be
Hall
unfair.
of Famer. He won. He won the World Series in 1909.
Damn, the first World Series.
He played from 23 years old to 43 years old. He has a total WAR of 131.
Come on, man.
I think I have played
Eight-time
with his
batting
car
title.
before in the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you
always got
have?
him like small and fast
Yes.
and contact
Unreal.
only guy.
They have a whole.
Card in black and white.
I read a whole book about him and his card.
He stole hella bases. You know, he ain't got nothing on every
That's
day
when
to
they used to
cruise.
play
And
though.
what was Honus Wagner? Shortstop.
Shortstop, right field, first base.
Yep.
How tall? They don't got his height.
Y'all
Oh,
ever-
5'11".
Y'all ever want to go back in time and just experience what life was?
Yes,
back
all the
then?
time. Except when they was
Not even a little bit.
I was thinking that this
Because
morning,
what
bro.
we gonna go back to the earliest we can go, or the latest we can go back is what, the 70s?
Well, I don't
You
want
want me to go back to the 50s?
That's what I say. I don't want to.
No, I don't want to go to like.
I don't want to be.
I want to
racially-
go when it was okay. I don't want to go like during segregation.
So it's the
and-
70s at the early, or the
yeah,
latest.
yeah. But like I
And
just want
even
to
then.
like none of this. Like just
feel
experience
that. I
life
feel that.
in just a general normal form.
We can go back.
where the whole world doesn't know what this
We
is.
can go
Every
back like
time I-
10, 15 years and get that.
Every time I read a book, and it takes
Well,
like
I-
20 maybe.
I mean, I was alive then.
right, I
But
feel
like
what
you
you're
were still experienced. Like we were. That was like the last of the
Re-experience
experience
it?
of it. Yeah.
every time I read a book like the Malcolm X biography where he take you back to his time, or any book that just takes you back, I'd be like, damn, I wonder what life would have been like. Even the times that we probably wouldn't want to go to, it's like just the experience of it would just make me change, I guess, in today's world. Now, do I want to be on a plantation getting? Obviously not.
That's what
Obviously-
literature's for, too.
Obviously not.
That's not
Yeah.
funny.
So we obviously we can't go back, but like there's so many firsthand accounts of what life
Yes.
was.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it. You can find it.
Ain't nothing like going through it.
Let's get into drafting. We're going to draft some playoff teams. We do this pretty much every single year right before the playoffs.
Yeah.
We try to figure out who drafts the better teams, and it's going on total playoff wins.
Yeah.
He crazy. You want to go back to the 70s, so your big ass can have a big ass afro saying, "Say Jack." Hey,
That's a jab.
you know how we go to the strip club? We be in there, yep. You be like, "That's a stone cold fox, Mike." Say it. Give me some, Jimmy.
Everybody that was so fucking cool. The walks.
But I was watching this movie yesterday, and it's like part of it was looking like it was from the 70s. Dude had them long ass mutton chops with the
Oh,
shades.
gosh.
Oh, okay.
I'm-
I
Imagine-
did have the mun chops.
Hey,
Yeah, you did. You was trying to bring the bitches
how about
back.
this? A director come direct a short form movie where we do this podcast in the 70s and we cover in the 70s NBA.
We put that
and we gotta,
filter?
with the filter, we got to put our makeup on and all of our shit.
See,
and
personally,
go
Walt
crazy.
Frazier, he can't beat. He not that good.
No, you got him jacked up and twisted with his slow motion as he grooved.
He still talk like he in the 70s.
He was wheeling and
We gonna
dealing
have,
and stealing. Automobile to the lane, making the other team look like a damn shame in that game. What's his name? You know Jermaine.
Mr. Make It Rain.
We're going to take a break
Can you imagine
so we can
a-
all smoke a cigarette and do some cocaine.
No, seriously. Halftime. Give me that beer, please. Can you imagine what the conversations were between like who you got high on your point guard list? Bob Cousy or the new guy, Walt Frazier?
Well, they be like, well, you know, Frazier is a brother. And in times like now, we got to stick together. Oh, man. Now, I heard about this new young buck, Jordan. They say the kid is nice. I ain't get a chance to watch.
He can't be Dr. J, though.
My mama said we had to use our last film to do Wheel of Fortune. That's what my dad said. My dad said, man, I ain't watching no NBA games. They used to play college games.
Yeah, NBA was on tape delay.
Yeah, tape delay. The
Crazy.
game ended and now we watch.
It's the next morning. You talking about? Yeah, did the Bulls win? You don't know. You just don't
You
know.
probably had to read the paper.
Gotta read the paper.
that's true. If we could afford it.
Drafting though, drafting playoff teams.
Who's on teams? Me and Darrick, where's y'all?
Yeah, let's just split it down. the middle.
Always, yeah. I don't rock with that side.
How we figure out
You
who
gonna
got first
answer
pick?
like I ain't know you was on my team.
Well, we'll be
man.
serpentine. But we can decide whether who wants y'all want first pick, and then we get 2, 3, y'all get 4, 5, and so on.
It's
And
up
so
to y'all. What you want to do?
We'll take first pick.
forth. Okay.
Ooh, I like when they
You
get
know what
first
you
pick.
do.
We'll take the Boston Celtics.
Safe first pick. Yeah.
It is. Okay.
You know for sure they're gonna get out of the first round. pretty comfortable they'll get out of the second round. So you probably guarantee 8 wins right there.
Yep.
I guarantee it's not a bad first pick. You can go.
And they're gonna win wins. They gonna get wins in the conference finals too.
I agree.
I'm gonna go with a team that's also probably at least making the conference finals. I'll go with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh. Bet.
They got another pick.
I know.
Oh yeah, we got back to back.
That's like I was like, I knew KB was worried, but I was like, he probably gonna save it.
Yeah, I forgot we were going back to back Serpentine. Okay, so that makes me feel a lot more comfortable.
He was worried.
I was a little worried that they was gonna get OKC.
Yeah,
and
that's
Cleveland. That might, and Boston. That might be the championship game. We're gonna take OKC.
That's why I was happy they got the #1 pick. KB.
Yes, little kid.
Right here, we're going to go with a team that's super consistent, especially when you talk about the playoffs. I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets, man.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets. I know everybody out west losing. Shake it out, West.
Okay, so we got OKC and
I think we
Nuggets.
might be drafting upside because like these East Side teams might stay on the board for a little bit.
For
You
real.
don't even know who getting out of the first round between them.
But also, I think there's value in that just because some of those series might go 7.
Yeah.
Well, it's on you. But even if it goes 7, you only can max out at 4 wins.
But if they go to the next round.
But it going 7 has nothing to do with that because that's losing.
Oh, you're right. They still got to get 4 wins.
Yeah, it's
You're
just
right.
4 wins.
You're right. You're
4
right.
wins
My
is the
bad.
most
My
you can
bad.
get.
That shit don't matter.
Yeah.
I tweaked on that. I don't know why I thought going 7.
I'm finna argue today.
I got time today.
So y'all took Cleveland. So we will go.
And I took the Nuggets.
Yes, you did.
So we don't want to take anybody that might be playing against the Nuggets because then it's a double whammy in the first round. You know what I'm saying? We might want to start looking out east
That's what I was
on some
thinking.
comfortable.
I'll take the Indiana Pacers.
How the fuck would you do that? They might lose first round to the Bucks. You know the Knicks was gonna beat the Pistons.
Yeah, we're taking the Knicks.
Okay.
I was like,
gave
well,
Mike
we'll
an
definitely
inch.
feel
No,
comfortable.
he
The
already
Knicks
knew.
is feeling comfortable probably
You think
against
I
the Knicks.
gave him the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who the fuck was you gonna take there? By you?
I was literally looking
I
at the
know.
Knicks. I was literally looking at them.
So easy for him to say that. After
It's
the
not
fact.
that many teams. We're doing playoff teams.
Yeah.
It's not surprising he picked the 3 seed after the 1 and 2 seed were gone. I like this little motion we got, 1 East versus 1 West, because that opens up. I'm gonna go high upside here, Mike. I'm gonna take your Lakers.
Okay, I mess with it.
Back to us. It's a lot going on out here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rock with the Golden State Warriors.
Ooh, that's exactly what I was. I'm glad we was in sync with that one. 'Cause
I didn't
definitely-
want to, but we had to. 'Cause we also got the Nuggets.
Yes. For me,
Ooh, it's either you, one of those you win on, and then other one you lose.
But now that's a series. If it goes 7, then you win.
Yeah.
But
Because you get 7 wins regardless.
Yeah,
So,
that's
matter
true.
of fact, there you go.
I mean, it could work. It could either work really good or really
Look
bad.
for
We're
another
doing really
matchup.
bad. How do you feel about that? If it goes 7,
you want that.
You
'cause
guarantee 7, and then you got a potential 4 more for next series.
You got a guaranteed series. You got a guaranteed 4 wins with a potential of a next series.
Right. And that's
But-
only if it goes 7. If it's a sweep, then you got 0 wins from one of those teams.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
still
That's
got
a
your
detriment.
foe.
You still
That's
get your-
guaranteed to go to the next series. So, and we don't think that they're gonna sweep.
For sure.
for me, I'll take the Memphis Grizzlies.
Shout out to the Grizzlies. They found it's March basketball, but they are going through a rough little stretch right here. Brandon Clark out for the rest of the season.
Super sad.
Ja Morant been dealing with. It wasn't his
Shoulder.
shoulder.
It's
No, it's
just-
not his
yeah.
shoulder this
I
time.
thought it was like a.
It's
When I
a,
looked
it's a
up, it
leg
said
thing.
shoulder.
I thought it was
Oh.
quad or something.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
was going through the shoulder thing, but now it's like it might be a quad or sore or
Damn,
something.
Ja?
Yeah.
He always going through something. The defense fell off, which makes sense because we talked about a linear show.
Yeah.
The odds. I didn't recognize that the Grizzlies defense has been bad since the trade deadline. I didn't realize, like it's been bad.
You know what's funny about defensively? They've always been they were at one point top 10 defensively, but wait, hold on. Let me just make sure they still are.
It's
They
a
might
hamstring.
still be hamstring. There we go. They might still be top 10 total.
They are top. They're 11.
Okay.
But like, it's kind of crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense that they're also one of the teams that give up the most points, like opponents' points per game.
Left hamstring strain.
Houston, they give up 116 points per game. They're ranked 24th in that category. How do you have one of the best defenses, but you also ranked one of the teams that gives up the most points?
Something to do with the formula. I don't know what the formula is.
Maybe it has like something to do with also deflections and stuff. Deflections,
Turnovers driven.
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's a good question though. It's working out, kind of.
And you just took who, D-Mills?
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
Well, we're going to take the Rockets. I like them, at least against a play-in team. They should be able to get a couple wins.
And then we'll go and take the Bucks. Take the Bucks too.
Cool.
That's a good upside pick, you know.
It is.
They might mess around and win it.
Or they could get eliminated first round. Who knows?
We're going to take the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Bad. And then
You know what we'll take.
we'll take the Clippers.
No, I feel like this is where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I like that we took the two lower seeds that could potentially all extend their series and win a series.
I think all the guaranteed like playoff teams are already gone, right?
Yeah.
So now we got to kind of look in the play-in.
No. Pistons are still on the board. I think, right? Y'all got Pistons.
No. The Pistons still there.
I would take the Pistons then.
Let's take the Pistons, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then
You sure you ain't want the Miami Heat?
Nah, I'll leave them for you.
Orlando Magic?
We're gonna take Trae Young will get you a game, bro.
Hey, I
Trae
like
Young
that.
get you a game, at least a game, bro. So we'll take the Hawks. That's the highest upside in the Eastern Conference play-in, though.
For real.
Yeah. We'll go ahead, P. I don't know why.
What is your sweater?
This is
No, I know what it says, but like, is it a brand? Like,
no.
what's the significance?
It's
of
from Fashion Nova.
Oh, okay. Word.
We're going to take the Orlando Magic. Still got two guys that on any given night can give you 60-plus points.
Team putting up 80.
It might be all they get, but, you know.
We will take.
No.
Maybe it's on Darrick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. He
Pipe
slid
down.
it to you.
Pipe down.
Y'all took Atlanta, right?
Atlanta's off the
Oh,
board.
bet. What and so wait, are we using the 9 and 10 seeds?
Why not? They have a chance to make it.
Okay.
Hold
bet.
us down, D. Millie.
We will take the Phoenix Suns then.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did
Leave the
that.
door open. Go ahead, Mike. Take the team. Or I'll take them. It don't matter.
We gonna take the Los Angeles Clippers.
No,
I
they gone.
took
They
the
already got it.
Clippers. What
Who
the-
was you talking about? I mean, we on teams. It ain't no TikTok.
The Bulls.
The Bulls.
I mean, we got to get. They got.
I mean, what's the other team? That or the Kings?
It's them and the Kings or the Miami Heat.
Man, give me. None of these teams. Give me the Kings, man.
Okay, then I'll take the Bulls. It's fine.
Bro. Them teams might literally have zero.
The Bulls are the hottest team in
we
basketball, Mike.
not counting play-in wins.
No,
They
for
have
sure.
to make the playoffs.
You don't think the Bulls can beat the Miami Heat in a one-game elimination
Oh, they could definitely do that.
and then beat the Orlando Magic? The
way the
Bulls have
Bull-
been better than the Magic since the
but
trade
then they
deadline,
got to win a playoff game.
which they will do, Mike. Come on, man. We pot beat
When was
here.
the last time y'all won a playoff game?
When we played against the Bucks 2 years ago. We won one game. We lost 4-1.
Yep, that was when Caruso was doing his thing.
Yeah. We can get us one, Mike.
Okay.
Cleveland, they not ready for Kobe White, bro. Even though Donovan Mitchell gave us 72
Maybe
years
the
ago.
lights will be too bright for Jared Allen.
It might be, man. Chicago be rocking in the postseason.
Yeah.
Is that the old draft?
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been to a Bulls postseason game because I was
One
I
went
was a
to,
kid
but
when it
I
was in the
still remember to
postseason.
this day.
Uh-huh.
That was the one against the Bucks, and Michael Carter Williams was going crazy. He
Michael
won that
Carter
game
Williams.
too.
And I also didn't have the money to go when they had D-Wade, Jimmy, and Rondo.
I feel
I
like
wouldn't even want to.
I feel like that was probably a good time not to go.
No, that was
No,
a
they
good time
were
to
they
go.
were up 2-0 against
Yeah.
Boston.
Oh, you're talking about in the playoffs?
They
Yeah,
lost
you
four
just said
in a row.
postseason.
Yeah.
That's because Rondo broke his hand.
That's what people want to tell you. That team wasn't going to win that series.
KB, lock in, bro. Playoff Rondo was in full effect,
Uh-huh.
and they were up 2-0.
They were up 2-0.
He was doing everything that team needed at that point. I don't know. You can't look at those first two games and then just say the four game losing streak was inevitable.
I didn't say 4-game losing streak, but winning the series, I don't think that was gonna happen.
I did. It felt like we was on upset alert.
It would have been a great story, and it probably would have prevented them from trading Jimmy Butler away. So maybe we should have won this.
Was y'all road trip to Detroit for a playoff game?
Detroit is far, bro. I did that
It's
road
far.
trip last year, bro.
I'm looking at it. It's 5 hours.
I did it last year. It was a lot. So would I do it again for a playoff series? Probably not. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially since y'all gonna make me drive. No.
I just been thinking about it like in general, going somewhere for like a playoff game.
Well, Milwaukee's right
Well,
there.
Milwaukee's right there.
Milwaukee
I
got a
would
great new
I would
arena.
definitely go to a Bucks playoff game. It's only an hour and a half.
That's true.
That's quick.
Way more likely.
Who was he saying they got in the first round?
And
too?
Indiana's even closer than
That's
than
3
Detroit.
hours.
Yeah, it's closer than Detroit.
And they got
You know
Waffle
we
House.
do not like
and they
Indiana
got
like
Waffle
that.
House.
Nah, we do
oh,
mess with Indiana.
Shit.
You finna go back just for the Waffle
said,
House?
That might be first stop.
No, I wouldn't mind going to a playoff series or a game in a playoff series though, or two. Because if you're gonna make the trip, you might as well go to both, right?
Yeah.
In Indiana?
Either way, in Indiana,
Unless them
Milwaukee,
tickets
or
not-
No.
expensive.
Well, Milwaukee, I can go to one and come back.
true.
It's not that far.
When we went last
Indiana,
time-
yes. I'm not driving 3 hours
To just come
to
home.
just
the same
come right
night.
back. Yeah.
I'm not against it, but we might get a playoff series here, Mike. Come on, man, just stay home and go at the UC.
Yeah, like I said the last time I went to a postseason game for the Bulls, I still remember it to this day vividly.
Is that the game Mike Dunleavy got pushed by Giannis? Or was
Nah,
that
I
game?
don't
That game was in Milwaukee, I'm pretty sure. But it was that series.
Yeah, that's when I think Pau Gasol was still on the Bulls at that time.
Because we haven't even gone to any playoff games, right? Even like for work?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Really?
No,
I
we've
don't think
been
we've
to a lot of
done
game
anything.
openers.
Yeah, we've only gone to openers.
I've been to a playoff. I went to the game Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL against the Jazz.
That's
Oh,
terrible.
I was
shit.
at that game for work. Why was I in LA? I don't remember. But I went to that game with Sam at HOH and Drew. So that might be my only playoff. Yeah, that might be the only playoff game I've been to. It's kind of wild. And that was year after bubble. So it was only like 20% capacity in the arena.
I really want to go to a Bears game. Like, I really do. But those tickets just be crazy.
Darrick,
But, like,
I have a general idea of how much you make a year. You can afford to go to a Bears game, bro.
no, I can, but it's also like buying 2 tickets.
Darrick,
But
you can afford to buy 2
no,
Bears
but
tickets.
it's like, my girl don't really like football. So, like, I don't want to buy her a ticket and go to a game with her and she not really enjoying it.
Yeah, well, you don't go by yourself.
You wanna go by
Find the
myself?
homie to go
yeah,
with.
go with one of the guys.
Y'all want to go?
Hell no. But
So-
Mason might.
Mason would definitely go.
Mason
100% would
Mason's
go.
been to a few Bears games.
Tyler would definitely go now, too.
Say that, yeah.
Tyler,
So you make
Tyler be wanting to do stuff. And
You're
we
You
don't
be
making
do
up
having some
excuses,
crazy
yeah.
excuses.
and then now you don't even have to buy 2 because he's gonna pay for himself. You're not gonna pay for Mason or Tyler, right?
No.
So now you buying 1 ticket.
Let me see.
Yeah, just split
I'll
it.
ask.
Just
Don't
be
you
like,
having
yeah.
some crazy reasons.
Because
for not
I've
pitching
asked to
up?
go to Bears games and then nobody be there.
I'm not a outdoor fall winter
But
guy.
at the beginning of the season, it'd be nice out.
With the
do.
preseason,
No, like that first regular season game. And number
still
2.
just- I can't
A lot of times, that weather be nice.
that hasn't been released yet, like the schedule, right?
I don't think so.
I was just, you
'Cause
know, you
isn't
gotta
our
go to the
season
little corner
opener
store. They be
usually-
having the little cards with the whole schedule.
Yeah.
Ain't the season opener usually against Green Bay too?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I mean, it probably has before in the past, but like, I don't think that's the tradition.
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought it
the
was
schedules haven't
traditional.
been released yet.
Okay. But yeah, bro, you can get to games. You can 100% get to games.
But when they
bro.
get later in the season, I definitely don't want to go. But
Yeah.
those first few games, that'd be the window.
I know that first day probably OD.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
probably jumping.
No, yeah, the first game be crazy. We did not go for the first time in a long time. Went to no baseball games last year.
I mean, I feel like when the Bulls play, traffic kind of piles up in that area. Like same thing with the Sox. When the Bears
Hey,
play,
bro.
you can't really go around that area.
It's a nightmare, bro.
You can't go around that area.
And sometimes I forget. Like some Sundays we'll go to breakfast up north, and I'll be like, "Fuck, it's a Bears game." I didn't even think about
Bro,
that.
that shit really will like have you there damn near for hours.
Yeah,
When your engagement, we were
it
down.
was a Bears game that
It was
day.
a Bears game that day. That was when they blocked the field goal against
Yes.
was that the Packers? It might have been the Packers. It was a division rival for sure.
I don't remember.
It might have been a Packers game. And as we were leaving, we got out like 10 minutes before the game ended. And I remember driving past like,
we missed it.
we just missed it. We just got lucky, bro.
But we had stayed a little later, so traffic was already gone because we had went to the Chicago flyover, which was really nice. I think it was at Navy Pier. It takes you through like the history of Chicago and like it's flying through the city. It's got nice. It's actually a really good, cool experience. I think a lot of people should actually go.
Do you have like a virtual monitor in your
No,
head?
it's in your face. It's like a big green screen.
Okay.
Yeah, but like you feel like the water and the wind, and it feels like you're
So
actually
you get
flying.
wet?
A little bit, not
Okay.
crazy wet. It's just like a little sprinkle.
Okay.
Like if you flying over the what's the waterfall downtown?
The waterfall downtown?
Not waterfall, the water fountain.
Oh, Buckingham.
Buckingham. Yeah, you'll feel a little mist.
Do you still use your VR set?
I actually watched a basketball game on it not too long ago when I had COVID so that was a month ago? Because I was just sitting in the room like, because my quarantine room didn't have a TV, so I was like using my laptop and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit kind of whack. And I was like, bro, I got a TV downstairs that I can put on my face. And then I watched whatever Knicks game was that night on that. And you can like move hella things around.
Yeah,
but they stopped upgrading it. So like whatever is on there, that's what you have. It was the biggest waste of money in my life. And I've wasted a lot of money on stupid shit.
No,
that
that's
was
crazy.
number one.
How they gonna stop?
How much
you from
is a VR
updating
set?
it? Isn't like
It depends on which one you get. The one he's referring to, the Apple Vision Pro,
like 25, 35?
I paid like 3 stacks for it.
Did you get a
I remember
resale?
you was talking about that.
Yeah.
I remember you
remember,
said you met up with the dude to get. Yeah, I remember.
When I went to Best Buy not too long ago, somebody had bought one for like whatever reason. Like they were getting it for somebody, and I remember that shit was a couple stacks for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it because there's no apps on it. It's just a stupid ass purchase.
I was at
A normal VR set could be like 150 though.
I was at
Like a
the
Meta
Science
Quest,
Museum,
pretty good.
and they had
Or
this.
200 is.
The Science Museum had this ride where you put on the VR set, and it basically like gives you like a little tour, whatever. You know how they do the like explanations, whatever. But like part of it was when you got on, it put you like in space, and you're like in a ship. And I swear, I felt like I was on a roller coaster. Like, you know how your stomach dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stomach was dropping, but the whole time I'm basically just sitting in a chair. It's just like me experiencing it through VR. And I was like, that shit is honestly insane to me.
I'm not one of those people, bro. I've never used my VR set to do like a roller coaster.
Bro,
Use
it
for-
felt, it
have you
was,
ever
I
ga-
knew it wasn't
You
real.
game on it? Have you gamed on it?
I have gamed on it. There was a basketball game I made a YouTube video about, and it's like an NBA Street kind of game.
Yeah.
And then eventually you played against a dude that looked like LeBron. So my title was I played against LeBron. The video did numbers too. And then I played a shooter. I forget which one it was. That's kind of it. Oh, and the golf game. The golf game is the reason I really purchased the thing.
Does it feel real life?
Nah. But it's like, I don't think you're ever going to be able to really get real
Talking about
life.
someone that got the goggles.
Yeah. But it's close enough that you feel invested. I'll say that much. Yeah.
And I'm guessing you got to use. It's not like fake motion. You actually have like a VR type of.
It was I
golf
bought an
club?
extension.
Yeah.
Where you put the controller in and it feels like a golf club. So you interlock. And,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. It's a cool experience. Some people actually like use it. I haven't played that
Can
shit
you
in a long
stream with
time.
that?
Yeah, you just got to hook it up to your computer, which gives you like limited mobility.
Uh-huh.
But you could. I was telling my wife, because we got asked recently, like, y'all plan on moving soon? Like, hell no, because I think our house is as good as it can be. Circumstance, close to the office, close to family, enough space for us and the new kid, yada, yada, yada. But if we did move, it would have to be somewhere that I can build like a at-home simulator.
Okay.
Like
A big
there's
basement.
A big basement or a room.
He's saying all this. He got a big basement.
I mean, but the ceiling's not high enough.
Oh.
I just saw a video of this dude who he remodeled his parents' basement and him and his girl live in there. He turned it into like a full like apartment. He has a whole kitchen. He rebuilt a kitchen. He put a bathroom. He put
That
extra
Nana house
closet
was-
space and like he pretty much turned that basement into a whole new apartment.
Yeah.
And he said he spent like $230,000 on it. And I was like,
Damn,
that's actually kind of crazy.
He
$230,000.
could have damn near put a.
He could have got a house.
Yeah.
200 or wait, 200.
$230,000.
Oh yeah, buy a fucking house.
I was just
buy a fucking house.
maybe there's some other exterior
I hope so.
reasons why he hasn't done that, like maybe caring
That's
for
a
his mom
lot
or
of
something.
money to spend.
The
on
first
That's a
time I
lot of
seen
money,
a
man.
simulator, Ontario was dating a girl we went to high school with, and her dad had it in the basement. They are obviously rich though.
that. Yeah.
As hell, but
They're expensive, but not like people think that it's like a $50,000. It don't have to be that. It could be like $7,000.
I'm sure the one he had was 50,000.
He probably was.
It looked like where we go.
Okay, yeah, no.
That was the first time in my life I ever. This is like, I was almost still a teenager. I was like 19 when I seen
the
this.
TrackMan that they use is $17,000 by itself.
Oh, okay.
Just the thing that tracks your shot. It don't count for the projector, the PC, the screen, the space, all of that.
He had the little turf shit, and every time I would go over there, you go in the basement, it would like be dark. Like that. If my memory serves me correct, it might have been roped off for like on some don't go over there shit. I could be wrong, but.
Yeah, if
you
you're
could go do
spending
whatever
that
you
much
want
money
to
on,
do.
you
Go
better
watch
not
a
go over
movie
there.
or whatever, but don't touch
That's
that
the most
shit.
dad shit ever.
You know, kids
dads have they certain stuff where they like.
Shout out
do
to
not
Mr.
touch
Thompson,
this.
man. Mr. Thompson,
And
A1.
you never know them kids find some way to break something.
When we was young, dumb kids too. We was
Yeah.
like I said, 19, 18, motherfuckers just touching stuff. So yeah.
We used to do like hella house tours. Even when we weren't in the market, we see a cool house and hit our realtor up and was like, "Can we get us in there?" One of the houses we saw had like we see movie theaters and houses. This shit had a 15-seat love seat movie theater. And I'm like, and it was way out of budget. Don't get me wrong.
That's my dream
I'm like,
house
damn,
type
that's
stuff.
crazy,
That's
bro.
for real my dream
And
house.
they had
type
like
stuff.
so like the surround sound for the whole basement.
Yeah.
And it was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Honestly,
like, people got that cash to build this and then live here.
That would be crazy to be like hit the group chat and be like y'all trying a movie night.
Y'all want to watch the game?
Oh yeah, or the game.
Because it
host
should be so
everything.
crazy
or like
because
Bear
the seats
Sunday
was big enough.
at your place.
Yep.
Y'all don't even got to sit. You can have you and your girl right over here. Y'all over there doing y'all thing. Yeah.
Okay, let's not do nothing in my house though.
No, I'm just saying, but like it can be.
Fantasizing. Y'all
No,
kissing.
it's like a movie theater.
He say
though,
laying
versus
on my
like-
lap while Darrick and Angie over there.
Versus we all on like a couple
Then I
couches
go to
just
the
watching this
bathroom
shit.
first. You was over there fantasizing, boy. Hey,
I'm
kid you
gonna
not.
do how like we how they did when we went to go see that horror movie when somebody making too much noise. I'm gonna be like, shut y'all ass, shut y'all ass up.
In high school, y'all know when you played on a sports team, you would have something called a pasta party.
Yep. We did that every Thursday for football too.
One of my close teammates, shout out to my boy Jay Ward, his family will host it. Not only did these motherfuckers have a theater, this motherfucker, and I used to always be like, man, how you get your jump shot like that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Had the court in the crib.
In the
Or in
crib.
the crib?
In the crib.
Oh shit.
And
There's no excuse for you to be bad at basketball anymore.
we used to go over there. Parents let us run around. We in the theater, and we'll run from the theater to the basketball. Go hoop. Y'all go back in the theater. I think they had like 2 kitchens. Great, nice family. Great
Bro,
people.
that,
Love
one
them.
of his teammates is, you know exactly who I'm talking about too. He had that Gorilla Glass with that big old backboard in his backyard, so he basically just shoot around whenever he wanted.
Yeah, you talking about Zamp?
And I used to go to Tyler House, who lived like
Live
right
right
across
there.
the street,
Yep.
and me and Tyler would be playing out like this little 7-foot, 8-foot little hoop or whatever.
And
We
you
trying
see-
to
Broken
play.
backboard.
Yeah, but he just got the whole Gorilla Glass on the
And
other
then
side.
right there, by the Gorilla Glass, that pool.
I ain't never seen. I ain't never
yeah,
been there.
Well, yeah, you can't see the pool, but
Yeah.
we used to go over there too. And you had one time when it's girls in a pool. I think like me and Ontario having like a crazy 1-on-1. It was a real nice backyard. But yeah, Jay Ward and them and they used to have a pasta party all the time. I think they had like 2 kitchens. They just let us rock
Whole
out.
time, their dad is just a dentist or something.
I don't know what his dad was.
$17 million home.
But
where
all
he
of the
just
kids
going
was
to
into
work.
stuff. His older brother hooped for the school. He hooped. He was in my grade. Their younger sister did like modeling, like with being Kohl's ads or whatever, like the store
They
Kohl's
just
or
made it
whatever.
happen. Okay.
I don't know what his dad. His dad used to come to every game though and take pictures and shit. So I don't know. Maybe his dad was a photographer. I don't know. But they was
When you
really
got houses that big, how long do y'all think y'all allow y'all kids to stay at home?
As long as they need to.
as long as they need to.
At the house I'm in right now, I could be in an apartment. If my kid need a place to live, they need a place
No,
to
yeah.
live.
But you know, some parents might be like, you only got till 28.
Yeah, and I never
For sure.
understand those people. I never understand. those
I
people.
guess it depends on the kid, because some
I
people.
mean, if he just sitting in the
yeah.
basement and he's
That's
not
true.
doing shit,
That's
then
true.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
It's
all right,
different for
bro,
sure.
get
But
a
if
job.
he's not doing shit, then somewhere along the lines, you need to reflect on yourself as a parent. To where you have a grown ass 28-year-old that's just sitting in there not doing nothing. I don't think any of us up
calm
here
down
would
and
allow
shit.
that. But yeah, I don't understand why people be trying to rush
ask
their
you
kids
for
up.
some
Yeah.
V-Bucks.
I
Because
saw a
they
video
do,
of a-
because statistically, once a lot of people move out around 25. By
not
28,
anymore.
But by 28, a lot of times people move back home.
Yeah,
That's why I took my time.
they said homeowners now, the average age of a first-time
Well,
home
it's
buyer
in the
is
30s now.
38 now.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. 38?
Because the
Damn.
housing market suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was on the market looking for houses, and it's just like
the combination of
There's
that,
nothing there.
inflation, just and people
And if
not
you
being
buy a
able to-
house, people ain't. I'm not settling.
No,
on a
I'm not
house.
settling for
I'm not
nothing. I
settling
want
on
it to
a
be
house.
exactly
Yes.
what. And I don't want to have to fix nothing. We
You
want
gonna have to
Shit,
fix
yeah,
something.
that's crazy.
no,
have
no,
to
no.
fix
Certain things. Because
You're
like we
talking
looked
about,
at a
like,
house
yeah.
and the whole like the
Oh,
back
he
porch.
was. I mean, you got to put $1,000 into it.
Because like the back porch, you know how they had an elevated back porches where it's like tall. It was all wobbly and shit.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
we looking
yeah.
it up, and they told me it's gonna probably cost like $10,000 to $12,000 to fix.
Yeah,
and
who
I'm like,
wants to buy a new house?
Yeah,
and gotta
and then
put-
I gotta now replace the whole back porch.
Yeah.
No,
Our
my-
first home, we had a couple things that needed to be fixed, but we wrote that into the contract. Like, we will buy this house, but you have to fix this.
yeah. Sometimes they will honor that, and sometimes they won't.
Our current house, we bought as is,
Yeah.
which we got
Was there
super
anything,
lucky.
like when you first got there, like a couple months in, it's like just stop working?
No.
Well, nah.
I mean, we replaced stuff, but that was just because we wanted our own fridge.
I
just stuff
told
like
you
that.
my mom's furnace had went out, and so she went to go get the little filters, because at first that's what they thought it was. She just had to get her whole furniture place. And she tell me about at least every 2 weeks some shit.
That was
broke
something
in the
that we
house.
looked at always is what year is the furnace put in? Because I think
Yeah.
they last, like 10 to 15 years.
The first house, right when we put it on the market, our furnace broke.
I remember that.
So I had to pay for it because nobody's gonna buy a house with
Yes.
a broken furnace. So I had to pay for it. It was like $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah.
It's like an expense that you didn't expect to have.
But
Just
you
pop
can't
up.
be without no furnace.
Yeah,
man.
you can't
You
be
need
without a
this.
furnace.
You
And
literally
also, you
need
probably
a
can't
furnace.
sell it. No one's going to want the house if they know they got to buy a new furnace.
It did raise our value of the house a little bit, just to
Yeah.
know that
It's
the new
brand
person
new.
don't have to worry about a furnace
For a
That's what my
long
mom was
time.
saying. Yeah.
Long
15 to how many years?
Oh, 15. Oh, it's 15 to 40?
Damn.
Okay.
And our shit just kaboot done. Fuck, bro. But I mean, it worked out. Our current place, I actually saw my neighbor had their air ducts getting clean this morning. I'm like, we should probably get our air ducts clean.
It's a copycat league, baby.
Yeah, it really is. Some shit you just don't think about as a homeowner. You don't think about your roof. You don't think about the air ducts. You don't think about just random shit like that. And for sure. Yeah, that's
You
something.
got
I don't
to.
play about
Trap in
that
the
type
dryer?
of stuff.
You got to.
Yeah, I know. No, I
Yeah.
know.
You got to.
We got the machine in my crib.
I
don't
think they
play.
come and do that for us as HOA
That's good.
at our condo.
But it's I'm very paranoid about a lot of shit. You know how many alarms I have in my house? Like it's for like a carbon monoxide detector, a fire
we have a
detector.
carbon monoxide
I have like
detectors.
any type of gas or something that you can't visibly
Yeah.
see. I got a detector. in
You
my
know what's
house. I
funny?
don't play about that shit.
My
You
smoke
can't.
alarm one time went off that I didn't know. Because, like, I think Angie and the baby, they had left for Disney. We was sitting in a disc. I was playing something with y'all, and I'm smoking. And I'm sitting in my room in my
He
office.
said they gone.
And, like, all of a sudden,
What's in this fucking fridge?
all of a sudden, an alarm started going off, bro. And I'm, like, paranoid as hell. I'm like, and it's the fire. I didn't even know there was a fire alarm in my room. And, like,
Damn, he had the fire alarm going on?
Bro,
And
you
I-
were high as shit if you didn't put that together
Yeah.
immediately.
and like, I was just like,
Yeah, what
holy
the fuck
shit.
you thought it was?
It just scared the hell out of me. Because it was so damn loud.
That boy,
They were painting my hallways in my apartment, and I guess they sent out an email saying one of the painters actually like did some shit with the fire alarm, so it was just randomly going off. Had to be the loudest shit I've ever heard. I was trying to, I'm not even gonna say, but it was on for about 10, 15 minutes.
you was trying to what?
I honestly don't even know.
I don't know if you
Big
was
freak
trying
man.
to smoke or yeah.
No, I was trying to
pump.
turn the shit off, but you're not supposed to turn off your fire alarm
You said
or your smoke detector, whatever.
said-
Yeah,
I'll-
you cut it off like you ain't want to
I
say
ain't
what
gonna
Nah,
say
but-
it. Yeah,
I thought it was against the law.
you do a lot of shit that's against the law. You let your target card.
What you think Officer
just-
D Biggs is watching the podcast?
No, but they have a sensor though.
Oh, okay.
you putting your cards back now?
My cart's back. I always put my cart back.
Yeah, you sound like
Oh,
him from early in the
brother.
podcast.
If I tell y'all I didn't put my cart back once, and that goes for every time now that I never put my cart back,
Did
I
he
should
say
be able to
once?
say
No.
that.
Did he say once?
No.
Okay.
I said, in all honesty, it was about a week ago, whatever. I didn't put my cart back. And I swear, y'all act, not even
Because
just y'all, everybody that be
how
talking
you
about
do
it act like I
anything,
never do that
Because
shit.
how you do anything is how you do everything.
And
That's-
you
I don't think
definitely-
so.
Do you have
Huh?
a
I don't
revisionist
think
history?
so.
I
You
don't
don't
think
think
you
so?
said last
Nah.
week. I think you said sometimes. And
Yeah, you said
sometimes
sometimes.
implies that it's more
Because
than
I was
once.
talking about a specific time when it was cold as hell, and I didn't put that shit back. 'cause
So
it
if a
was
motherfucker
far.
got a dirty car, you think their house is prestigious?
No.
Okay then.
But I don't think that always correlates though. You know what I'm saying? Like a cart And what else you trying to correlate to? My house being dirty?
I know. Why would
he
I
didn't
say
correlate
that?
it to anything.
I just gave an example. I said a motherfucker who car is dirty. Would you?
Well, because
expect-
you saying how you do everything, how you do something is how you do everything.
how you do anything is how you do everything. If like for instance, I got a family member who is always time is just not his thing. It's my uncle. When I go get my hair cut, I'm gonna be in that motherfucker for 2 hours. When you go pick him up for an event, you're gonna be running behind. If you're waiting on him to come, when he comes to the family functions, he comes 2 hours after the time we said. How you do anything is how you do everything. So when he late cutting your hair, of course he late to the fucking family function. If he's late to the family function and cutting your hair when it's time to pick him up because you taking him to another family function, of course he ain't ready when you said I'm finna pull up at 7:15. How you do anything is how you do everything. Now, are you trying to correlate to everything and you trying to take it to as literal as possible? Sure, Mike. Sure. Motherfucker with dirty teeth don't mean that their asshole is just as dirty, right? Like, of course.
I'm just saying,
But
let me
for the
get this
most
straight.
part-
No. Let me get it straight.
Yes.
I put my cart back. I might have not
thank you.
100% of the time.
Thank you.
I can say I can't
We-
say 100% of the
we
time.
looked
I've
at-
always done it.
But this is
But
how,
let it get it straight.
No,
I put my
cutting
damn
you off.
cart
I'm
back.
cutting you
I
off.
put my
I'm
cart
cutting
back.
you off. The reason we looked at you and act the way is because I think all of us here would say for sure, 100% of the time we just put the
100%.
shit
I
back.
never,
It's
Hey,
ever,
right
I can't say
there.
I've done the same, and I was
Right,
just
so
being
that's
honest.
why we- and
I'm
we
just
appre-
saying,
we
even if
appre-
it's 99%
We
of the time,
appreciate the
I'm
honesty.
just saying,
We
I can't
appreciate
say
the
I'm the
honesty,
same.
but we looking at that as crazy because normally it's right there.
Sometimes it don't be
I've
right
never
there.
felt comfortable to just push my car.
Even if
and
it's
let
not
that bitch
right
go.
there, what's wrong with just taking a little walk to put it back?
Or making sure you park there because you know I'm a lazy motherfucker who don't want to walk it all the way across the
let's
thing. I'm
be
going to just
real.
park there.
we spend most of our lives in our chairs. So that extra 17 steps to take that car back is probably beneficial to you.
And it'll help you, Minute Man.
Again, I put my
exercise-
cart back. I said the 1% of time.
So you 99% of the time you put it back.
Yeah. My girlfriend literally talks to me about this shit because she watches shit on the pod and she's like, they know you put your car back most of the time, right?
You
And
do it
I'm-
when she around.
I do what she around. I'm with her most of the time.
We're going to have to hire a private investigator to find
Do
your
it.
ass out at the store.
Because I went to
Dude.
Jewel yesterday, and it blew me because I was about to park into a spot, but it was three shopping carts just sitting in the spot that 3 motherfuckers felt the need to just leave them there, and I'm just like, why did 3 people feel it was okay to just leave these carts right here? Somebody saw one person do it, so they was like, I'm gonna put mine
that's
next
me
to
too.
it.
Still,
Then
it
another
might have
person
been
saw
me
it, was like, I'm
looking
gonna
at
put mine here.
I want to admit something.
Talking about that might have been me.
Yesterday, I'm getting a new car. You go through everything, and then they talk to you about like little things that they can add in to protect your car. There's one protection I got. It listed off a bunch of different things, and it said like dents. You know, like if somebody didn't put their card away. And you popped in my brain. I swear, that's probably why
But
it's
you know
fresh
what's
in my
so
brain.
funny? I think it's the crazy because
You also don't separate your clothes, which means how you do anything is how you do everything. You rush.
You
it.
know they made a poll about that, and like most of the people are like, nah, I don't.
It was like 50%.
Most of the people are wrong now. I will die on that hill that is not the right way to do
whatever.
laundry.
But I think about that too.
I'll say this: wash your clothes however you want to wash. If you don't want to wash them, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I
But
do. No, at least wash them,
scientifically,
Can't
though,
be sitting there because you got to sit next to him.
scientifically, I'm talking about the people that was voting.
Yeah.
If y'all don't want to wash y'all ass or clothes or do shit the right way, by all means, go ahead. But if you scientifically look up the way you wash your clothes, that's the way to do it. They will bleed into each other. That's a fact. That's not even an opinion. That's a fact.
Literal fact.
This is literally facts. Niggas
I don't
ain't-
even dry certain clothes just because I don't want them to shrink. Because
shrink?
For sure.
Yeah, but you ain't just
I would wash
separating
my
because it's
clothes
fun.
for 15 years. It might have been the wrong way, but hey, then my clothes be clean though.
Well, nobody denied if they were cleaning.
Congratulations.
But I'm just saying, like
You told us,
you
though-
saying I'm doing it through you. Well, just in general,
you
everybody
told us your whites don't always be hidden.
maybe a
because-
little dingy. It's all right though.
All right then, you're doing it the wrong
It
way.
is all right, but there's a real
It's
a
all
way
right,
to
though.
prevent it. That's all.
It's all right
Yeah.
though. It's white.
But at the end of the day, that's the beauty of life. You get to mix your clothes up, and I get to
Man,
separate.
that's the best
mine.
thing about being grown. You get to do what you want.
Do whatever the hell you want to do. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Now, what were you saying though about this cart?
Oh no, because I mean, I like the way my car looks. I have a nice car. Like
You do, yeah.
I can't stand when people don't put their cars back on when it's windy as hell days. When the cars just be flying like that. Literally one of those days.
It hit your car.
No, I put about 2-3 cars back because one of the carts was literally flying in the parking lot.
Now
I'm
you
like,
just Batman the carts.
no,
He just saving the city.
That's why I can't say nothing to y'all. Y'all be exaggerating.
Cartman. Hey, we got Cartman.
None of us can say nothing or expose anything about each other. Because you see, I told him you got to start hiding it for you. So we bring that up all the time. He tried to flip it back on me. You were like a Kathy Henry pictures. Now you with the carts.
I'm Cartman.
KB was scared
now
to,
what?
KB was scared to make NBA predictions on the NBA show. It's, it is what it is.
Here's a prediction: Bulls in 6, bitch.
Hey, I like that.
Are we doing college basketball?
Is his mic connected?
Christian, are you ready to talk about how coaches get all of the fucking credit for a team winning a basketball game?
You have a Bulls coaching uniform on?
He used to work for the Bulls.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He bought
I
that
didn't
though.
know
They
that.
didn't give it to him. Did you buy it?
No, I got this. Come on now.
You bought it?
No, I didn't buy it.
Oh, okay.
was
Just
a
making
gift.
sure.
It's a welcome gift.
Oh, okay.
When we were at the Bulls game that you were at, Christian, and the lady with the slow-mo cameras in front of us, you remember that? And we was like, yeah, well, I forget her name. I guess it's not really relevant today.
He texted us though. He like say
Yeah,
what up
Christian
to.
texted us, said, say what up to so-and-so. She right in front of you. And we did. And Christian was like, she's going to get your picture. And she did. It was like, oh, he knew her. But we never seen, did we
Never
see
seen
those?
the picture.
I don't think we ever seen them.
Did I not send those to you?
Did you not?
They were great.
Oh, so you got
you
'em.
saw him. That's
I
crazy.
think I did. Maybe it's Mandela effect. I swear I did.
All right, I'm gonna make sure you send them.
One second, I gotta get an adapter.
Yeah, do your thing. But Cartman was saying that he was saving the city, which
American Pie ass guy. Christian literally looks like the dude from American Pie,
Thank
bro.
you.
The main character.
I don't know who you're talking about, so
Go
I'm gonna
look.
look it
I-
up.
is dope. Just go rewatch the movies.
I
It's a
bet you
good time.
start laughing.
Let me see.
Wait, which in the OG one? Or?
Yeah.
Man, this Wi-Fi being slow as fuck.
Yeah, the
Ain't
Wi-Fi
that
is
the one
pretty
with
bad.
Shannon Elizabeth? Ain't that her name?
Yes.
Mm.
One of my childhood crushes for sure.
From 99.
Shit, childhood
1999?
manhood crush.
I haven't seen her in forever. Is she still in the biz? Is she still acting and stuff? I guess I just don't be watching
Oh, I'm
movies
dead.
and TVs.
I ain't finna see
Hey, you crazy?
It's accurate.
Yeah.
I do not look like this guy, Pierre, at all.
He don't look like him.
No.
He looks like you when he gets older. That's the
Christian,
older
Christian got a little bit
version.
more spice in his
Yeah.
his skin tone.
He's just older.
I
Man,
sure
this
do.
This is Christian.
I didn't
man.
see-
Oh, fuck out
I didn't
of
look
here.
at the
Christian,
19.
man. This is Christian.
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
take
Because
the
this is if you found a younger picture, this is you.
Hell
I
no.
don't see it.
That hair, that skin tone, them big front teeth. That's not me. I'll take the Luigi.
This ain't how you would
I'll
look at
take the
Shannon
Luigi
Elizabeth.
comp.
No,
over
the
that.
Luigi comp is one of one. He looks just like Luigi. Are you
I don't
ready?
know where I was December 6th.
You know what Shannon Elizabeth played in too? I think
What's that?
Family Johnson Vacation.
Really?
Remember? Oh, I gotta find it. I gotta see.
Are you ready over there though?
Oh, of course.
All right, let's talk some college basketball. We are down to our Sweet 16. In our round of 32, we saw some good games. We saw a game winner by our boy Darrick, who will be on the show one day. We saw Florida versus UConn end up in a 2-point game. I want to start off by saying, not a hot take here, I do not like Dan Hurley. Holy crap, I do not like this
I
guy.
seen a clip of him saying that "shut up" thing, like real quick mid conversation.
It's like earlier in the season, he had the thing with the referee where he's like, I'm the best coach in the business or some shit like that. Listen to me. And then walking off the court saying, like, what do you say, Baylor, I hope they don't F you like they just F'd us. And then just overall, I just feel like every time I see a microphone in front of him, he's just complaining about something. He might be a crazy great coach, which I'm sure he is, but like outside of that, I'm just not a fan.
Here's my take on Hurley. First and foremost, I think he's great for the sport. The fact that he is talked about on a national stage because he is controversial and obnoxious, like, I think is awesome for the sport. I think it's great to have a villain like him. When you look at his rise, like coaching high school basketball, being at Wagner, being at Rhode Island, to going to UConn, like a blue, whether people want to call UConn a blue blood or not, it's a blue blood in my eyes. Like, look at the championships they've won. And to win back-to-back championships, to send the guys sent to the NBA, like, of course his ego is massive. And whether the rumor or the report about him being a Lakers candidate is true or not, like, that's also just from going to University of Rhode Island and Wagner to the Lakers in 8 years span would be just nuts. So I think he's an absolute psychopath with the way he acts to refs. I think he's out of control. But I don't know why people care so much. Like let him be his psycho self. Like I don't respect. I think he needs to get his act together. I think he's out of control. But also like I just kind of sit back and let it happen. Like I don't know. His players love him and he's been unbelievably successful.
It's kind of like easy for me to root against in a way because
that's
of that.
fine.
And it has nothing to do with the players.
I don't think he need to get his act together. Who he is who he is. He wasn't acting that way because he lost. I've seen him act that way when they was winning championships too. I've seen they have practices where he's at. This is who he is, positive way and a negative way. Like that's his energy. So it's like I agree with you. We're like, if you wasn't saying that shit 2 years ago, all the people crying on.
Was he at Wagner like this?
Yes,
he was.
He was there with his brother. They were both like that. They were going crazy, but you didn't give a damn because it was Wagner.
I didn't give a damn because I don't know anything about him. I didn't even know he was at Wagner.
That's just who they are. It's just that the tournament put a million eyes on it. Just like Stephen A. talking about it's gonna be bad for college basketball. Everybody got on Stephen A. talking about.
What did he say?
He was saying that the lack of upsets would be bad for the sport
because of the NIL deals.
And then everybody that watched college basketball was like,
because all the big schools essentially would be able to just outpay.
Oh, okay. I guess I
so
understand
now it makes a Cinderella. Like the Cinderella run is a big part of March Madness, and essentially we will be missing that with now how the NIL works.
And all of the people that actually are part of the
I don't think that's
the
even
world is like
true.
Stephen A.
Yeah,
this is not even your lane. Like you watching in March, like relax. So it's a lot, but I'm enjoying.
When did NIL start? 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. Two or 3 years.
Did we
ago.
have a Cinderella run last year?
Yes.
I forgot who it was.
It was
Oakland
and wasn't it one more?
Oh, NC
21.
State, whether you count them or
I
not,
would
they're
count
still a
NC
power.
State.
Oh, NC State.
But I mean, we
Shout
can
out to
still
Big
get
Homie.
an NC. If Arkansas made the Final Four, that is equivalent to what NC
I
State
agree.
was.
Yeah.
I think the key thing, my key thing on the NIL point is look at New Mexico. New Mexico gave Michigan State a really good game.
Yes,
they come from Mountain West. Guess who was on New Mexico last year? JT Toppin, the Big 12 Player of the Year on Texas Tech. So New Mexico was able to bring back Donovan Dent, Nelly Jr. Joseph, lost a couple good players who graduated, but like if they could have afforded to keep JT Toppin, that could have been one of the
best teams
in the country.
Yeah.
And like that's what's frustrating. You look at a team like San Diego State, that's a great program. They have historical success. They were in the championship game 2 years ago. Their two best players are already in the portal. And their coach is the man, Brian Dutcher. He's super chill and he's like, look, like what am I gonna say? Like, great for them. Like they have financial opportunities. They need to go explore those. But it just kind of sucks that if you're a mid-major coach and you got to play, if you're recruiting well and you put in all this effort to build this relationship, they can just, what's up?
Ain't they coach Richard Pitino?
San Diego State. Did I not say San Diego State?
No,
I pivoted from New Mexico to San Diego State.
Oh, okay, yeah.
From
So-
JT Toppin to that.
This is a genuine question. Let's take money out of it, but the portal's still the portal. You don't have to redshirt a season after transferring. In my mind, some of those players are still transferring because it's like, hey, do I want to play for a mid-major or do I want to play for Florida? Right?
Yeah.
Even if there's no money
It's
involved.
shaky because the money's saying that they're going for the money.
Okay.
That's what the money is saying. We saw
So
Coleman
then maybe
what's your boy name? Coleman Hawkins. He left Illinois to go
That's
to.
not my boy, but yeah.
He left Illinois to go to Kansas State because he was getting how much money? He got
$2
like
million.
$2 million. You cannot tell me he went there because he thought.
But that's more lateral than what I'm referring to, though.
You talking about somebody going from
A
Drake
small
to,
schoolers
You're
to a
saying
mid-major
that the
to a
appeal to transfer up is rooted in the school you're playing for more than the money.
the opportunity.
But if it's $2 million, it's $2 million.
But you're saying Max Amos going from Oral Roberts to Texas, he wants to play up.
He probably, like, if there's no money involved, I'm sure he may have done that still just because there's a big difference in the program.
That's the thing we're missing. Max Amos played 3 or 4 years at Oral Roberts, I'm not sure. Had success there, came back when he had success there because it wasn't the Wild West yet. Then for his 5th year, went to Texas. Like, that's awesome. Like, a Janai Broom played 2 years at Moorhead, then 3 at Auburn. Like, I love that. What I don't like is, San Diego State finds this no-star recruit, Magoon Gwath, like a sneaky NBA guy in a year or two. And
Absolutely.
then the second the season ends, he's getting flooded with all this money and offers. And it's like, how could he possibly justify staying at San Diego State at that point?
The big guy that, okay. He had just came back from the tourney, right? He had missed like a month or two.
Yeah.
The issue is that you can just go. If you put in that year that you have to sit out, a lot of it will come to a halt, I promise you. But it is not good for the players to be able to go because now, hypothetically speaking, let's say Magoon goes to, I don't know, let's say he goes to Texas Tech, right? Just hypothetically speaking. It don't go his way at Texas Tech. You know what Magoon could do again? He can fucking leave. And we see that, and to me, that's the issue where you can just leave. That's why Jay Larranaga, not Jay, Jim Larranaga, stepped off of Miami, because it's like I just had a tournament run and our players left. Where they do that at? Who leaves from a winning situation? NIL people who are seeking money. So if you can do everything right and players can still leave, that fucks the game up, because they're leaving for something that is much lesser than what the goal was, which is to win. Most players want to go somewhere to win. Miami is an ACC school, so it's not too many guys that left there and leveled up. The only level up would be to Duke, North Carolina,
or somewhere
Alabama.
in the SEC.
Yeah, so it's like, when that happens, then that's why you got coaches stepping away. That's why when you talked about Billy Donovan potentially returning to college basketball, it's not that I don't think Billy Donovan's a good coach, but it's like, and it ain't like it's a whole lot of shit going on in the NBA for Billy Donovan either. But do you even want to go to college? Billy Donovan, who recruited the Bradley Beals, the Joakim Noahs, the Al Horford, Corey Brewers, do you want to, the Chandler Parsons, do you want to go there? And knowing that these guys, Chandler Parsons, it ain't like Chandler Parsons was the man.
Mm-hmm.
You can find Joakim Noah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can find these gems, and then next thing you know, you can't keep them for the 4 years. We're probably never going to see teams like that again.
Do you think it's affecting rivalries at all? Because when I remember, like, when I really cared about college basketball, you thought about, obviously you got some NBA dudes leaving early, but it's like, man, this guy's a sophomore. We know he's going to be a part of this Duke versus UNC rivalry for 2 more years or so on and so forth. Because, like, one of the major complaints about the NBA is there's no rivalries, and part of that is because people keep switching teams, getting traded, signing free agents. Is that starting to translate over to college as well?
Well, how about this?
Because I know a lot of college is rooted in the universities more than anything.
Yeah,
like, Duke versus UNC will always be a thing, even if UNC sucks.
Exactly. I don't feel like it has that with the rivalry, because, like you said, the schools in itself.
It's more so like the schools and the, like, you're a fan of the players, I feel like.
No, I'm just saying the rivalry ain't gonna change, because if I go to Duke,
I'm rooting for that school
anti
regardless.
North Carolina always, no matter who's on the team, and everybody not transferring, right? Like Tyrese Proctor stayed at Duke, but that's also because
Duke.
What are you gonna do? Transfer and step down? We don't see, you know what I'm saying? So
Guys have done that though.
Michigan State and Michigan are always gonna hate each other.
Well, a couple things that came to mind. I thought of this yesterday. So Xavier's coach Sean Miller was at Xavier for a while.
Did
went
not
to
like
Arizona.
your take. I did not like your take on this, by the way, either. I don't know if you're going into it.
Let's go back and forth on that. Let me just explain to these guys who didn't know about Sean Miller. So Sean Miller was at Xavier, takes a better job at Arizona, was great at Arizona, didn't make a Final Four.
Got his start at Xavier. You got to put that in there.
Yeah,
As assistant.
Yeah.
You said he was at there, but that's his start. That's like his.
Yeah, he was a great head coach at Xavier. Did so well that he got the head coaching job at Arizona. Then after DeAndre and some type of scandal, pre-NIL violations, gets in trouble, he's out. When he wants to get back into coaching, unlike a Will Wade who had to go to McNeese or a Patino that had to go to an Iona, like a obvious pit stop, he got the opportunity to return to Xavier. And he was there for 3 years, had that Colby Jones team that made the Sweet 16 his first year, didn't make the tournament last year, and then they make it this year, beat Texas in the first 4. 5 days later, he's the head coach of Texas. And it's like Xavier fans are so pissed because they're like, we gave you, a spot to get back on your feet. Like, you only gave us 3 years, and you're going to go to the team that we just beat in the first 4. And then the crazy part of it is like, okay, let's say Xavier lost that game. They were down 10 in the second half. And Texas beats Illinois and beats Kentucky. All of a sudden, Rodney Terry keeps his job, the Texas coach. That's a crazy thing. But my point that I was getting at, and Pierre's going to rebut this, I guess, but I think it's crazy that a coach can flip a switch in a second, and within 5 days, he's the head coach of Texas going horns up when your players are going horns down in the locker room 5 days ago. But even the worst, the most traitor, I guess you could say, was Aiden Holloway went from Auburn to Alabama, and it's worked out great for him to go to Alabama. But, at least it took 3 weeks to a month. At least there's a little bit of a buffer period where he explored his options. To go from Xavier to Texas when you beat them 5 days ago is, crazy to me.
And what's your rebuttal? Or why don't you like his take?
Because him and, I want to say Xavier fans, they're going to feel away regardless, whether it was Texas or not.
True.
They just lost their coach, who's a good coach. Have no problem with them feeling away. But he was saying, hey, you're using them as a stepping stone. He used them. That's what everybody is doing. Nobody. And then I saw you talking to somebody else and was saying, why couldn't he do it? Because he didn't fucking want to. He's a human who, if he don't want to stay at Xavier for 15 years, he don't have to. Texas is a bigger school and a bigger conference is going to have more resources. He showed us when he was at Arizona, he wants to be in that type of shit. He don't want to grind it out at Xavier for his entire lifespan. You know, like certain
What
guys are cut
state
that
is
way.
Xavier in?
Isn't it? Is it like Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're right down the road from Cincinnati. They're huge.
Oh,
Rivals.
okay.
So it's like I just feel like that's unfair. Like if you feel a way, if you're a Xavier fan, Xavier student, you like Sean Miller, and you felt the way, I get it. But like everybody is entitled to get what they want to do. And if your dream is to be on that big stage with big resources and he's a big time recruiter. You're not convincing a DeAndre Ayton to go to Xavier, Christian. You're not doing that. You're gonna have an easier time doing it in Texas though. You're going to get the Josh Greens, the DeAndre Aytons. You're going to be able to get McDonald All-Americans at those schools. You're not doing it at Xavier. I don't give a fuck who you are, what type of recruiter you are. That's why a guy like John Calipari is going to go from Kentucky to Arkansas. He's not going to go from fucking Kentucky going back to Massachusetts. He's just not going to do that because it's going to be impossible. So I just feel like it's unfair to say, man, why he didn't do this like them? Because that's not what the fuck he want to do. Everybody's not cut out to be somewhere that doesn't have the resources, and that's their own entitlement. And I honestly think some other coaches that are in places like that forever, they're in that because they have a certain comfortability. But if they didn't have that comfortability, they would go and step up. If you have a better job opportunity, you got to go take it. You have to go take it. Mm-hmm. You have to. That's why Hurley, he had to think about the Lakers job. He ultimately didn't take it, but he'd been a fool to not have no discussion. Mm-hmm. Even on back-to-back championships, you have to go and think about it and do your research. That was my only rebuttal. Is I just felt like some of that shit is unfair when people be like, man, why you leave? Why you leave? It's a better opportunity. What job do we say, why would somebody leave? If First Take gave you a better job to do what you do here now, you would take it for more money, right?
No.
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Steve.
We would want you to take the job.
We wouldn't be here like, man, Christian used us. He used us.
We should have never gave him a microphone.
Right.
Nah. I'm on the same page with that. That's why I said the thing about the San Diego State guys. Like, of course you're going to go to that new opportunity. Right. So I'm not faulting players. But I'm saying if you're a coach who was down and out in a program in the Big East.
Okay.
Like, I feel like there's
Can we time it out for one
Xavier,
second?
If Marquette's a destination job, why can't Xavier be?
Can you put something, can what?
I'm saying Marquette is a destination job for Shaka, right? Yeah. Greg McDermott has turned down better opportunities to stay at Creighton. I'm saying I feel like Xavier's not that far off from that. And considering what he's gone through.
That's a personal preference. You're talking about what McDermott doing versus what he's doing because he don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Why did you eat Chick-fil-A yesterday and he didn't? Because he didn't fucking want to.
He did eat Chick-fil-A yesterday.
He did want to, by the way.
Right. I'm sorry. Right. Let me say why did you eat it? Why I didn't? Because I didn't want to. You know what I mean? McDermott also, you name it, people that got a lot more cachet. McDermott had his whole son there. He's been there way longer than him. And I think he's a different type of coach.
McDermott had his son there.
Is that Doug McDermott's dad you know?
Yes.
Oh, Doug McDermott's dad's the coach? I didn't know that.
I'm glad he said it because I actually didn't know that shit either. So, I won't lie to you. This is the first time I've heard the name McDermott outside of Dougie.
Two McDermotts, one played and one coach just coincidentally.
I thought it was coincidentally.
I didn't even know. I remember when Doug McDermott got drafted, I was high as fuck off pain meds. That's when I got my shoulder.
Found out
I
what
thought you were
Creighton
say I'm
is.
high as hell on him.
Oh, no.
Oh, I was going to say I was high as hell.
I went to the Y. Guys were telling me, you were 16 as a freshman.
Creighton is in Omaha.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in
Nebraska.
Oh, seriously? Oh, I didn't know that.
They just told me the other day.
I don't be knowing what school's at unless it says
Florida State.
Western Kentucky. Oh, that's on the west side of Kentucky. But if it's
sometimes it might not even be on the west side.
I just looked up how far it would be to drive to Creighton University. It's only like 6 hours.
I didn't know
That's where the Little League World Series is, baby. We should
like 6 hours. We can make it happen.
We can make it happen.
Until
the Field of Dreams.
No, until KB had to go work at Auburn, and he was like, I'm going to Alabama.
Hey, no disrespect to Auburn University. I will never, ever, ever step foot on that campus.
Like, why y'all got those colors on?
Yeah, what the fuck is this gang-related activity?
You had crimson red on or something?
No, I had like Georgia Tech colors because I did a shoot, and these shoots you're not supposed to have logos, so it's just Woody picked out the outfit.
Okay.
And I'm walking around the campus and what you got them colors on for?
They say, what you doing around
here,
boy?
And Lucas is like, if you don't get your goofy ass. What the fuck is he talking about,
That's crazy because I could picture Lucas saying this shit.
What are you talking about?
What about these other coaching hires? We got Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby is now a college basketball coach.
He bringing some money with him to Sacramento State. They're gonna have some players.
That's his domain. That's his domain. Will Wade, obviously NC State.
Oh,
that was pretty cool, right? Clean.
Yes.
Who else we got?
What the fuck?
I feel like the coaching is not like the poor. I'm seeing so many coaching changes every single day. It's hard for me to keep up right now. Colorado State's coach, where did he just go?
Minnesota. He's from there.
Minnesota.
And he gave Colorado. He was there for a while. And guess who Colorado State's new coach is?
Look at all this grace you be giving everybody, but he go to Texas from Xavier.
That one was
and
just
it's like,
layered differently.
Who's
man.
Colorado's new coach?
Colorado
Colorado
State's
State.
new coach is going to be
the assistant, right?
Ali Faroukmanesh, the guy who hit the crazy shot for Northern Iowa when they upset Kansas,
Boom.
who's
With
been
the big-ass
rising up
shorts.
the assistant ranks there.
That's pretty dope.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's official, but everyone thinks it's going to happen.
There's
Yeah,
too many
I like
schools.
it. It's
That's a lot of schools.
364?
Yeah.
That's why I'd be so impressed when y'all just know all the players.
But you
from
know
so
what
many
I would
different
be a
teams.
fan of? If every team made the tournament.
That would
Yo,
be
I saw
insane, bro.
there's a y'all
2-month
know
tournament.
the Onion.
Yeah.
They made this meme video that was like the super March Madness tournament was like D1, D2, D3, and it was just this giant bracket. I'm like, that could be sick. It was a joke, but
It'd be funny seeing people on Facebook think Onion articles are real.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
really do.
people
I'd be
just
like,
don't understand.
Facebook is like its own world.
Hey, I opened it up yesterday. First 3 things I saw was like, I'm never coming back to this platform. right now.
That's just how it is anytime you open up Facebook.
It's AI generated pictures.
Yes.
That's like, leave a like for these veterans. Whole time the veteran got like 37 fingers because it's AI generated,
Yeah.
and there are old people in the comments talking about God bless America.
That's crazy, man.
They don't know the difference.
They don't know.
It's Jesus in the sky, and he's missing an eye. God, hey, he's coming back. Get ready for the rapture.
Oh my God.
Come on.
I got
bro.
one for you. With your take. I'm not here to say. I said I disagreed. I didn't say it was wrong because it's just opinions. Where your take would be my take on the situation a little bit. DeVry is going from West Virginia to Indiana. That's where the logic you use, I would use for there. He went for 1 season. He brought his son. His son redshirted so that they could have that extra season, and they dipped out immediately. That is.
Did we talk about the conspiracy about that?
Yeah, that he wasn't that damn hurt.
Can I tell these guys the conspiracy?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, I'm listening.
So, Tucker DeVries
Who played?
is Darren DeVries' son. He played 3 years at Drake. Stud, hooper, bucket. He's
Yes.
like White Carmelo. He's nuts.
Fucking relax. Relax.
of the
Because they gonna
Missouri
say
Valley.
White Carmelo gonna look 6'5". They'd be like, what the heck?
Of the Missouri Valley. So, Darren DeVries gets the job at West Virginia. Tucker comes with him for his last year of eligibility. West Virginia wasn't supposed to be that good this year, but they got this guard, Javon Small from Oklahoma State, and he was hooping. He was one of the best guards in the country this year. So, here is the wrinkle. Indiana's coach, Mike Woodson, has been on the hot seat for a while. It was starting to get rumored that he was going to lose
Get
his job,
fired, yep.
and then he eventually stepped down.
Beat them to the
I'm
punch.
putting in air quotes. You guys can't see me.
They didn't want to fire him though because he, that's their guy. So
right,
yeah.
Right.
They
But
were calling
anyways,
for his head all season long. The
Yeah.
fan base was, at least.
Here is the interesting thing. There was a tournament, Battle for Atlantis, maybe it was in Bahamas, and Indiana was there, and West Virginia was there, okay? Tucker DeVries had like a 37-point game. He was like 8 of 11 from deep. They beat Arizona. They also beat Gonzaga. Like, they were hooping. And, I mean, remember, DeVries just came from Drake. This roster wasn't supposed to be that good this season. All of a sudden, West Virginia is a top 25 team. At that point in time, so Tucker had played like 8 games, and there's the rule of if you get hurt early in the season, you can get that extra year of eligibility. So at the same time that West Virginia and Indiana are in the same place, right? The idea is that DeVries became the candidate for them, and they were like, hey, look, I know Tucker, if Tucker has a, quote, shoulder injury and can't play the rest of the season, he can come to Indiana with you, and you can come coach at Indiana, a legendary program, and bring Tucker with you.
Right.
And there's also these videos of Tucker, like moving his shoulders in a way on the sideline after his surgery. And there's a whole conspiracy. I'm not trying to say it's true or not, but it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Tucker's going to be a 24-year-old absolute stud hooper getting to play at Indiana with his dad. And I don't know if you can say Darren DeVries used West Virginia but I mean, shit, he was there for 1 year.
1 year.
Where
Where was he at before West Virginia?
Drake.
Oh, right.
If
you
you're
did say
ever
that, you
going
did say
to
that.
use, 1 year is
So he's
using.
going to play under his dad every year of his college career?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
If you're going to use, that's what I would use the word use, 1 year. That's literally a stepping stone. Like,
Right.
come here real quick. All right, watch out.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Like, that's crazy
That's
to me.
pretty funny.
Also, a
though.
big old allegedly.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting.
Don't worry, we've never been sued for the shit we say on the show, so you're fine. But they're losing Mackenzie
Yeah,
The Indiana
That's
kid.
why, because they got a new coach.
He's
When
just-
you get a new coach, you just go. They losing him.
That's the thing. You can put your name in the portal and come back.
And
if you
stay too.
feel
Oh,
it.
okay, I
Yeah,
didn't
but they
know
also a lot of their rosters.
What
going
about
to
the guy
portal.
that they paid all that money to, the big fella?
Omar Ballo?
Yeah.
That was it for him, right? That was
I
his
think
last
he's
year.
got to be done.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I remember reading an article. It was like, he's the most disappointing player in college
he
basketball.
was hooping with Arizona.
Because he got so much money.
Yeah.
that's a big boy. He
He
can
used to
drop
hoop
step
at
on you
Arizona.
and dunk.
But your other one, allegedly.
I was just caveating all the DeVries stuff.
Oh, I thought you had another one, boy. Say.
To the tournament before we get out of here. What's your favorite Sweet 16 matchup?
So not a single game has a double-digit spread. They should all be close. They should all be
that's
awesome. BYU Alabama is going to be super fast-paced, a lot of scoring. The total's at like 180, which is going to be crazy. Kentucky, Tennessee have already played twice this season. Kentucky won the first 2 times. That's an interesting one. Man, all these matches are awesome. Like we're looking at a potential Michigan State Elite 8 game if they both win. Maryland coming off the buzzer beater playing Florida, who had played the worst game they'd played in a few weeks against UConn, but scraped by. Texas Tech, Arkansas is super interesting. Texas Tech might be getting Chance McMillan back, one of the best shooters in the country. Arkansas is our resident Cinderella, our 1 double-digit seed. Duke, it's crazy that Arizona's 9.5-point underdogs when they got a lot of talent, man, and they were favored when they played Duke earlier in the season. It was in Tucson. Sorry for saying it.
What did I tell you when we did our bracket thing?
What'd you tell me?
That Robert Moore's big man, he's a guy to watch.
Is he in the portal?
He just got to the portal. Alvaro Figueres.
The one game that I don't think will be close, I think Houston's going to spank Purdue.
Me too.
Not a Braden Smith guy?
He's fantastic, but Houston is better than anyone at making life hell for point guards and post big men. And
Bennett
those are Purdue's
Sturts.
2 best players.
You saw that?
Sturts will go to Iowa with his coach.
Going to Iowa with his coach?
Is Braden Smith a NBA prospect?
No.
He's probably too little now.
I don't think he get
I'm not saying
he
he-
probably get like a summer league invite at the minimum, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't want you to see him on the roster one day and be like, you told me. But like any mock, I've never seen his name on a mock draft in my life.
Okay.
Oh, one quick question. Were you guys talking about Tyler Kolek the other day on the show? Or is that-
I'm not sure.
He's
Probably.
an NBA player, so
Maybe.
maybe.
No, one of my best friends from home, shout out Mikey Cooks, he was just here last weekend. He played AAU with Tyler Kolek all growing up in Rhode Island. Kolek's from Rhode Island. And everything I've seen from when Kolek has played on the Knicks, he's been great. I was just curious if you guys had thoughts on it.
Hey, I don't. But
He's good. But he don't play a lot.
He don't
so
play
ain't
enough for
really
me,
a lot of
yeah.
thought.
Because it's tips, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a bunch of guards.
Yeah.
I think if there was going to be a time for him to play, it would be now. So if he's not playing now, then a little tough.
Yeah, it's hard to get minutes when
Jalen
Brunson.
No,
Brunson.
he's been
Deuce.
playing now
Oh,
because
he has been?
Miles McBride is also hurt. Deuce McBride got hurt.
There you go.
Yeah, but when they fully healthy, Brunson and Deuce eating those minutes.
Yeah, easily.
There's no way
He's a
gonna
rookie.
Get,
He'll be okay.
yeah.
It ain't like he's in his 5th year.
Rhode Island's one of them places that like you don't think exists until you meet somebody from Rhode Island. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
What's the best food y'all got in Rhode Island? Pizza?
Something seafood related, right?
Yeah, all the seafood,
seafood.
people, I guess.
You a seafood guy?
You think you'll ever live back in Rhode Island, or are you just done?
I don't know.
Do
Probably
you
not.
prefer the big city life?
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I don't know shit. I'm 25, but I
That's
like
the
cities, or
American
I like
pie
like.
shit. Shit, I don't know. That,
Oh, I don't know. I like a more like rural nature area.
So
or
would
a
you rather
city.
live out here?
I don't know how I feel about the birds.
what girls are more attractive? Rhode Island or Chicago? Let's get you in trouble.
Chicago.
Okay.
Nah, Rhode Island's great. Go Friars.
Shout out to Rhode Island.
We'll take a trip.
Shout out to Rhode Island, man.
We appreciate y'all watching and listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. Be sure to leave it a like, subscribe. Mike, do you want to say anything? Since you haven't said anything in like 12 minutes or so.
No, he did.
I'm streaming tonight, baby.
All right, there we go.
Make sure you
He
there.
said Michigan State is in Michigan.
Hey, we gonna grind the diamond? Oh no, you already in
I'm
diamond.
in Diamond.
Oh, you got to Diamond?
I'm in Diamond.
I can't
By
play with
yourself?
You. Can I play with you?
Or you
Yeah.
in product?
Relax.
Solo.
Relax.
Am I allowed to play with you?
Relax.
What tier are you in?
He gonna keep saying it.
Plat 2.
You might be
yeah,
able to.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
That's
It's
only
three-
one level
it's
down.
every 3 levels.
Yeah.
So that means you can carry me to give me extra points.
But that's going to be awful for you if y'all start losing.
If we
so.
lose, I lose a decent amount of points, but if we win, I only get like plus
you don't
15,
get
plus
nothing.
20.
It's not even worth
But
it.
I get like plus 40.
But
So
we
you want
gotta
him to
win,
sacrifice his
though.
elo for your elo.
So then we'll be in the same elo.
But if y'all start losing,
We won't
it hurts
lose.
him way more than
We
it
won't
hurts you.
lose though.
I don't know,
I've been
gang.
on
Two
a
go to
hot
healers?
streak, man.
Two go to
Hey.
heal. No, you know somebody gonna insta lock, so one of y'all gonna have to play DPS or
Nobody
tank.
insta likes Loki, so I'm always just low. They
Yeah.
be getting on cloak. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll make sure I get on cloak.
Hey,
And if they don't, I'll get on Invisible.
Mikey Williams in a portal.
he just getting all the
You didn't
healers.
stay at UCF?
Nah.
UCF
I
was last
seen that
chance
too,
you. They got
P.
Dior Johnson
Yep.
and Benny Williams.
Shout out to Dior.
They also got kid from Chicago,
Guard?
J.J. Taylor.
I thought you was talking about BJ.
All
The
right.
Chicago kid.
All right, let's get out of here, bro. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace.